Girl, you just don't know. Last night was incredible. Yes. Last night I felt skies open up and rain down heaven. Last night I felt the sun, the moon and stars come together. Last night I heard an angel speak to me. You said us forever. And while we were making love, I saw visions of a tropical river. Last night I touched a dream when you were here with me. Last night I touched a dream. Your girl, you fulfilled my fantasies. Touched the dream. Woo! Said we wrote the book of love making history. Ooh, baby. What's good, everybody? What's good? I'm back. It's more Kales. It's more broke hoes. And it's more ain't shit parents. Best combination that's going on right now on YouTube. Y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, it feels so good to do something that you like to do, but when you doing something that you love doing and everybody is liking it, everybody is participating in it, it just makes it so much better. This breakdown, this commentary that I'm doing, this got to be the hottest thing on YouTube right now. I'm just saying it is. I'm loving the support. I'm loving the comments. I'm checking it out. I'm really enjoying this. So I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm excited. I'm sorry I had to pause and put the camera on and turn it off. And the reason being, I forgot to put lotion on. I do a check. I'm telling y'all, when I be sitting here, I be like, okay, get my hat on, check. Get my shirt on, check. Get my ring, watch on, check. Shoes off. Yep, because I keep my shoes. I have my shoes off on the broadcast. I got on some flip-flops. I keep it hood. But then I be like, man, I got to check my lotion. And I had just put on my shirt and was sitting down because I was trying to be on time, like somebody else was saying I was on CP time, joy chit chat. But I was trying to get on time. And I was like, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go. And I said, I'm like, oh, wait, I ain't put no lotion on. So I was like, y'all ain't going to see me greasing up and all that shit on here. But I'm here. Y'all here. We got content. So, hey, as Big Mama say, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and let my good thing, my side chick, my baby mama, my good girl, my bad girl, my wifetress, my everything, my forever girl. Let her talk to y'all for a second, and then I'm going to sip, and then we going to chat.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
That's right, baby. Look, I'm telling y'all, this was like what? I've been live 3 years now. This had to have been like year one. And I think I was either doing a show with Tommy or I was on a panel. I think it was either a show with Tommy or a show with DJ. But it was late and I got on and I think it was with DJ. But either way, I got on and I was watching myself like the next day and I didn't realize that I didn't have no lotion on. All my knuckles was ashy. This part right here, you see how that's glossy and shining, that sheen right there? This was white. It looked like I had been like forearm and flour bags or something. I was like, oh no, I can't keep doing this. I can't. I got to make sure I get myself right. After that video, I made sure that I not only had me some lotion at my desk, actually just getting a little low, but I made sure I do that before every show. Keep myself as presentable as possible. But the R. Kelly song that you heard for this evening was the first verse of Touch the Dream. And that was actually dedicated to my wife. That was down in my spirit. Yes. But let's go ahead and let's salute the first person in the chat, which is none other than my brother from another mother, my homeboy from way back in these YouTube streets, my knuckle, my ace, my old boy DJ up in this place. Shout out to the AFC podcast, my brother DJ Just J. Okay, what's up? The AFC podcast. If you have not subscribed, click them 3 dots next to his name, and please make sure you do. My man, the AFC is not for the American Football Conference. To all you sports fanatics, you get a pass though, because I love me some football. It's gonna be exciting this week too. But that stands for Advocates for Children, and what he does on his show, on his channel, the stories he talks about. I sometimes have to turn away. I always drop my like off now, but I sometimes got to turn off because it just bothers me so much. And I salute that brother for how he does what he does day in and day out. The research that he does, he comes forth with all of the information. He brings you nothing but facts, and he does a great job with the commentary too. And he asks all of the right questions. So salute to my brother. I love what he do and how he do his thing, his thug thizzle. And also to my brother, Tommy Sotomayor. I hope you having a good night, sir. Great show today. Hey, if y'all didn't see that show he did yesterday in the beginning with that dude who was talking about the pictures of Tommy Sotomayor, that's some of the funniest shit I've seen. And Tommy, you know you was wrong for putting that out, but it was good. I enjoyed it. That was a great show last night too, man. But salute to my brother, and make sure you go to his website and subscribe to his website. And if you ain't seen A Fatherless America, there's something wrong with you, and you need to have your mind fixed. And the only way to do that is to go and buy Fatherless America. Go to www.tjkoc.com and purchase A Fatherless America. It's also available on Amazon. It's an incredible movie, great documentary that my brother did, and I'm very proud of him. So let's move on and move forward, and let's do this and get on into this R. Kelly's. We got 70 people watching. Please click that like button, click the subscribe. Thank y'all for coming in tonight. And without further ado, here is the latest episode of Broke Hoes on the Struggle.
Why wouldn't you sleep with a superstar?
I'm sorry. How do you just start out with some fuck? Let me tell y'all something about Lifetime. Lifetime, they try to make it seem like they doing some real work, but Lifetime is just coming out with some fuckery. And they be cutting this shit up. Whoever is who cuts the film? Is that is it the producer that does the edits and stuff? Whoever is doing that, they ain't shit. Cause they putting this shit on here. Like, how you start off a show like that? Who wouldn't sleep with R. Kelly? He's a superstar. R. Kelly, I'ma tell you this, bro. You was making too much money, and you had too much celebrity and too much fame. And this is how I know for sure there's something wrong with you, because the quality of hoes that can come forth and say that they have laid with you on a consistent basis, it is of poor quality, sir. You have defiled yourself, good sir. The level of women that you have laid with consistently, sir, their appearance is much to be desired. They are not easy on the eyes. They are ugly. I'm just saying. Call it what you want. I'm just saying. They are just like, really, Kales? I know niggas that's homeless that'll be like, nah, I'm straight. Here's one.
Why wouldn't you sleep with a superstar? Why wouldn't you sleep with a celebrity?
Doing sexual activities, he would make me disguise my voice like, yes, daddy.
I felt literally ill having sex with him when I knew that there were fetishes involved in it, and it was feeding a sickness.
Robert can smell a wounded woman a mile away.
This dude, what the fuck is he, a goddamn bloodhound? Robert can smell a victim. Yes. I one time saw Robert smell a victim. I one time saw Robert on State and Madison, and he smelled a woman all the way on Madison and Kedzie. I'm telling you, he could smell women from downtown to K-Town. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Do you hear this dude? And now you know what you're gonna hear about these hoes? Ain't not one of them gonna say, I did the freaky shit one time, then I was out. Ain't none of them saying that. You ain't heard not one chick say, yeah, I wore this little skirt and I would say, yeah, daddy, fuck me, daddy, yeah, daddy. And after that one time, it was too weird for me and I left. Them hoes be like, yeah, so I started fucking Robert in 81 and, I just knew I had to leave in 2016. That's when I just had enough. That you with this nigga done this 30 years. Some of these hoes was with Rob almost to be common law wives. I'm just telling you, but they just being abused free of by their own will. Ain't nan one of them held against their will. And they all talk about how they just endured the worst treatment, the worst abuse that you possibly could receive from a star, an R&B icon, has just been the worst abuser in the world. Ain't laid nan finger on the bitch, and they all have been able to leave willingly. Ain't not one of them gave a dead giveaway story. Not one of them gave a dead giveaway story. Dead giveaway. I ain't heard not one. Not one had to kick the bottom out of a screen door to get free and jump into another homeless-looking man's arms to get away. They just have not had to do it.
Say that I was important. Make me feel like I'm not going crazy.
After all of us have come forward, people are still saying he's not guilty.
This has been going on for close to 30 years now because of silence.
Aaliyah is part of the pattern. Tiffany Hawkins is part of the pattern. 48 women whose names I know are part of the pattern.
It was like he crushed my life.
He crushed my life. How is this possible, y'all? How is this possible? And please don't, I'm not gonna be just an asshole and just say, hey, I understand that there is a connection, a soul tie when it comes to the dick, when it comes to the stardom and the celebrity. I understand that. Yes, there are quite a few women that can get wrapped up into somebody's celebrity. Somebody that's, that's a famous person. He has a lot of connections, a lot of power. He can do things. He got money. He can make it rain. I get that. But just because you get wrapped up in that, it don't make you a victim. It makes you foolish. It makes you naive. And it makes you just a flat out user. I get that. You can claim them all day. You took advantage and you wanted to be connected to his resources. You wanted to be connected to his celebrity. It was fun being in the spotlight, the flashing lights, the red carpets, the entourage, being out and about in the city, and everybody's watching you. It's all eyes on you. Your friends are jealous of you. Your friends are following you. Yes, that can be very, very intoxicating. It's just like the internet. People do all of these things on the internet just to get likes. They go and they flash their bodies. They put themselves in sexy poses. They add dog ears, cat ears, horse ears, zebra ears, porcupine face. They do anything to get likes. You got these black guys doing these commentary videos on YouTube for 2 and 3, 4 hours at a time, getting likes and subscribers, and they're growing their Hey, wait, that's me. that's me. Oh no. I done told on myself. I done did myself in. But I'm just saying, the whole idea of being on the internet, it's intoxicating. To some people, it's addictive. And the reason why, because it's all that they have. And you can't tell me that any woman that connects with a celebrity, and man too, you're going to want to go along for whatever the ride is. You got a dude like R. Kelly, a dude like Denzel Washington, Tupac, or Future, or whoever. You're going to want to be connected to that person because of their celebrity and who they are. And I'm going to even be the nice guy here and say, that's okay. But you can't call yourself a victim. You can't say that everything that is wrong in your life is this person's fault that you voluntarily chose to be with day in and day out. Now, you walking home from Bible study after you get out of school, you go to Bible study, you have prayer, and now you walking home at night. It's a little late. A service ran over, and you walking home. You get an old 1993 Astro van, pulls up. 3 niggas jump out, hit your ass upside the head, put a pillowcase over you, drag you into the Astro van, ride off into the woods, and for 4 hours they have their way with you. You are a victim. You've been raped, and every last one of them assholes need to be not put in jail, but up under the jail until it's their time to fry in that electric chair like a goddamn chicken. Because you are a victim. You did not put yourself in a situation to where that would happen to you. Those guys preyed upon you because they saw that they could overpower you, take advantage of you, and get you to where they wanted you. That's a victim. I skipped school, lie to my mama, lie to my daddy. I'm in and out of cars, riding around with R. Kelly, texting, talking, fucking, sucking, drinking, smoking, straight. I'm doing all of that. I'm not a victim. I could be naive. I'm not a victim. And he's not responsible for everything else that goes wrong with me in my life after I done got fucked on, passed around, and now I'm out and I done been sent back home because he don't want me around no more because he got somebody else new. That's not you being a victim, and he's not responsible for crushing your life and crushing you as a person and your spirit, and now you ain't left with nothing but a soul pussy and some bad memories. No, you signed up for that. And a lot of women don't know what comes with the entertainment industry. Some are okay with it. Some will go along with it. But a lot of them are not, they don't know. A lot of women who start out singing and at 10 years old, they don't know that at some point they gonna have to either fuck or suck or do something to get more studio time, to get that producer, to get that manager, to get that connection to that big superstar, to get to sit down with the label or whatever the case may be. They don't know that. But that comes with it. Any young woman, I'm going to say this, any young woman, and I'm talking from the age of 5 to 50, if you getting into the music business, you're getting into the entertainment business, whether you acting, whether you going to be in plays, whether you going to sing, rap, dance, whatever the case may be, sex is always going to be asked of you. You're always going to have some man that's going to want to sleep with you. And that's the same thing for men. There will always be some woman or even some man that's going to want to sleep with you. And they're going to use their position of power. They're going to use their access that they have, the keys to the certain doors of the kingdom of Hollywood that they have. They're going to use that as leverage to sleep with you. It's literally a barter system. You're just using your body. Prostitution is the oldest profession on the face of the earth. And it's going to continue to be that ongoing practice until there is no more Earth. And even after there is no more Earth, it's going to be hoes prostituting in space. They're going to have on space helmets and space suits talking about, hey, look, you meet me over on planet 828 and I'll jack your dick off for 18 space dollars. That's what they going to do. You meet me on Mars, me and my 3-titted cousin, we'll give you a good time. That's what it is. So don't ever think that you won't have that on the table if that's not going to be something that's going to be asked of you. Men and women alike. Men will go along with it because they like shit. It's sex. I get it. And some women go along with it too because the right dude come along that looks a certain way and got the shit that you want, you gon' fuck him. Same thing with a guy. Guys will be a little more less discriminatory. It could be an old bitch, but if she can get you that contract for $100,000 and you broke, you going.
It should have ended with Tiffany Hawkins filing the first lawsuit.
I was just one girl. I was the first girl, and nobody believed me.
There was nothing to benefit anybody by locking this guy up.
They said to me and another executive, you guys need to buy up all the tapes you can find. And we did.
Mr. Kelly has been indicted. He had an incredible stroke of good fortune. The judge kicked that case out.
10 years later, how in the world is he still getting away with this?
The only thing I can do, just say my truth. My name is Lanita Carter, and I was the hair braider for R. Kelly.
The hair braider for R. Kelly. Okay, so I see how she got close. But damn, Robert, this is not a good look. This is just not a good look. Oh my goodness.
I was 24 years old when I met him. It made me more proud when I thought about it. You know, like everybody wanted to be doing something for this guy, and I'm doing his hair. It didn't matter how much I got paid. I just wanted to be, you know, a part of that. And it made me feel good to be doing it for a celebrity.
Now that's honest. At that time, we talking about come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. My hair. Oh, I wish that I could hold you now. I wish that I could touch you now. I wish that I could talk to you, be with you somehow. That was a time. Any and everything that was going on in Chicago from the music side of the game, it was pretty much, it didn't get no better than R. Kelly. This was all way before Kanye. Back then, it was only, what? R. Kelly, Twista, Do or Die, Crucial Conflict. I can't think of nobody else that was just, that at some point or another had a hit song and was big. That was it. And Kells was the best of them all. He did songs with Do or Die. They did do a song with Twista. And he did a song with Crucial Conflict. But I'm just saying, it was all about Kells in the city. So anything connected with him, security, doing his wardrobe, dancing for him, whatever, it was the it thing to do. Yes, this way before Chief Keef and all that. This is the 90s, the golden era, where you had good money, where $100,000 was like $300,000. Today, $100,000 don't go as far as it did back in the 90s. So back then, boy, 100,000, boy, you was doing it. But that's what it was. So she's very honest with that. Just to be connected, be on the team, to be a part of, to have access to that camp, it was the it thing to do. It really was.
I gained the respect of many people finish sentences when normally they didn't really care what I had to say. But it was more like, Lanita, who's doing hair for a celebrity? She succeeded. Everybody was proud of me.
And I'm going to tell you right now, that look that she got by doing Kale's hair, everybody in the city will want her to do her hair, will want her to be their hairstylist. And I ain't just talking about celebrity. I'm talking about any and everybody. They want to get their hair done by her because she do Kale's hair. Real talk. I'm just telling you how the city works, how the city functions, especially back then. You have the right look, the right name. Everybody wants you. Everybody want to spend time with you. Want you to be in their camp. Want you to hang with them. Come to the house. Hang out with them. All of that. So yes, there is a certain, not celebrity, but what I would call hood celebrity status that comes with that. So that too can be very intoxicating. To be in your hood is one thing, for everybody to know you is another. But to have the right look from the right celebrity and you literally become hood royalty, to be a hood king or a hood queen with everybody like, oh man, that's Lanita. Oh man, that's Brian. Hey man, hey, that's my guy. That's my boy. Y'all better not say nothing bad about Miss Redmond. That's what it is.
It definitely felt wonderful. When I first started working for Robert, a typical day would be I would get a phone call at any day or time, and I would be allowed an hour to get there. I would wait for approximately 8 hours. I would do his hair for 10, 15 minutes tops, and then I could go. I could get called every 2 days, and I would just get $100. But I paid my babysitter for $20 per child. I had 3 kids at the time, and the cab ride home was $20. So
God damn. Wait a minute, bitch. So you telling me you got 3 kids, you paying $20 an hour per kid. So that's $60 an hour. And then you, at the drop of a dime, gonna go be where he at and spend anywhere between, you gotta be there within the hour, and you would spend anywhere between 1 to 8 hours at a time while this chick is babysitting your kids. I don't know if she's married, but if she's doing that, she look like she's married now. I think I see a ring on her finger, but she wasn't married then if this is what she was doing. Not at 24 in Chicago. Ain't no hood bitch at 24 in Chicago married with 3 kids. No way. If she is, she's a fucking unicorn, and we gonna try to, or she a leprechaun or some shit. We gonna try to get to her motherfucking pot of gold after this shit. No such a thing.
I got a hot $20. But by me doing his hair, I was able to get more clientele.
Boom.
And that provided me the opportunity to make more money for my kids. And they take an interest in me being a better.
Now let me say this too, to those of you who this may be your first one you watching with me, because I got other ones too. Just check out the channel and subscribe, and you can see those other ones. I haven't watched this. So this is first time you, first time me. I'm just commentating it as I see it, and I'm just using the knowledge that I know because I'm from the city. I'm just going by what I know and from the connections that I had in the city at this time to know what was going on, how things worked out, and that's what I'm doing. So I didn't know what she just said about the clientele and stuff. I just knew that because I knew how it was to be connected to celebrities and shit like that in the city and how people would treat you. So
better person. I could just be doing his hair and he never talked to me. And instead, he was giving me like sound advice on my life. R. Kelly told me so much about like who I am.
Where is this going? So she's saying like, all right, I know at some point that some dick is gonna be involved in this because it just has to be.
He made me feel like he believed in me. I always told him everything about me. I told him about my abusive relationship with my husband, and he helped me get out of that situation. And I did.
So he helped you. You went to this motherfucker for count right. His doctor, that's her Dr. Phil. So she went and spent hours upon hours, probably at the studio and at his house or in hotel rooms with Dr. Kelly, getting sound life advice from this motherfucker, knowing the shit he done did and done been through. This is the person you seek counsel for. I get it. That's fine. Whatever. But how do you let this take you to where you following this dude every fucking word and he's not even demonstrating it in his own life for the advice he giving your ass? Unless it's about a hook, a track, a beat, or a fucking lyrics to a song, you can't trust shit this nigga telling you. I'm just saying. R. Kelly can say whatever the hell he want because he's a man and this is America and goddamn it, that's what it stands for. However, life advice, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Now, if this nigga telling me about adding more hi-hat, if I need to turn down the bass, add a kick drum, give me some doubles on my vocals, if you're telling me to do a 5-part harmony instead of 3-part harmony, yes, I'm going to listen. I'm going to follow it blindly. Why? Because he's a hit maker. I get it. He is not a life coach. I don't know why you would feel as though this is the person you want to follow. Jesus Christ.
He made me feel like he believed in me. Here it was. I come to do his hair. I'm a nope, and he see. I'm depressed. I'm hurt. I have no family. I have little friends. He knows that I didn't have nobody. He knew.
Bitch, you had a whole husband. What are you talking about? You had a whole husband, 3 kids, and the hood at your feet. You see how she lied? This bitch is making it seem like she was just totally isolated from the entire world, and the only person she talked to was Robert Kelly's. Yes, I said Roberts and Kelly's. What is she talking about? Do you see how she's literally making this shit up and spinning this shit to where she's like just this innocent victim? Bitch, you was braiding hair. And like you said, it took you only 10 to 15 minutes to do so because you was just that good. I get it. But how the fuck has all of this that you voluntarily did lead you to where now you a victim? You was already getting your ass beat by your husband. Where's your story talking about his ass?
I didn't have nothing. And he told me, like, you stronger than that, you better than that, don't be weak.
So the niggas encouraging you and you a victim.
And
who does that? How does an abuser encourage his victims? What kind of shit is this? Please, somebody tell me what abuser encourages their victims. Just tell me that. Show me the Tony Roberts of the world that destroy their people to take advantage of them, but all the while encouraging them. I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that. No can do. No. Can't go for that. No. How do they do this? And ain't nobody like questioning this shit. Like, Bitch, how that don't make sense, bitch. It ain't even, look, I'm telling you right now, it's a hood bitch somewhere sitting in front of they computer. Hood bitches have computers, not computers. A computer eating probably like a 5-piece wing from Harold's with mild sauce on her fingers because she eating like this because she got long raptor claw nails. And that bitch taking a bite with that mild sauce on it. And she said, wait a minute, bitch. Hold up, bitch. How this nigga encouraging you and he beat your ass at the same time, bitch? My nigga don't do that. He just beat my motherfucking ass when he get mad or drunk or whatever. He gone off that and he beat my ass. But bitch, how he gon' encourage you and tear you down at the same time? Bitch, that don't make no sense. You lying, bitch. It's a bitch right now looking, and if you're watching, go ahead and put a thumbs up or put something in the chat to let us know that I'm not telling a lie. Or she eating a gyro plate. She just ain't eating a gyro by herself. She a real hood bitch. They don't give you enough on a regular gyro. I gotta have a gyro plate, bitch. That's what she doing right now, and she can clearly see that this shit is some fuck shit and it's a lie.
I believed in everything he said. That was the first time somebody like sat down, spent time with me that you respect. He didn't gain anything from telling me I was a smart person.
Get to the fucking.
He didn't gain anything from telling me I was talented. I told him I don't desire to be a singer. I don't desire to do anything. That I was just as satisfied with just doing his hair. And he told me to think, Yon, just doing his hair. He was the first person to claim to be my big brother that wasn't.
Look, can't y'all see? He was a little brother getting fucked by his sister. Wouldn't it make sense, as fucked up as it sounds, but wouldn't it make sense that he would think that, hey, we brothers and sisters, we can fuck though? He was taught the same shit. I mean, come on. I don't understand this. You are basically sitting here telling us how this nigga didn't do shit but encourage you, helped you through an abusive marriage, helped you through seeing beyond where you were at. He encouraged you to do more than what you're doing with your fucking life. He literally invested as much as he possibly could as him being who he is into you being a better person. He was basically a broken down, a disturbed version of the relationship rehab. He was encouraging this bitch to do something positive, something better with her life. And now, he's the worst person in the world and is abusive. Please, click the like button, y'all, if you're watching this right now. We got 191 watching, and it's only 106 likes. So click that like button, people. It's the little thumbs up down there. And click the subscribe button. You'll see my face right on the bottom corner. Click that and subscribe, so every time I go live, you will know.
My big brother. There was a lot of nice, beautiful women down there. And clearly, all of them was there for him. I wanted my own husband always, not somebody else's. I want to be married. I want somebody to respect me. I always thought like, oh, my brother will sing at my next wedding, and blah, blah, blah.
Get to the fuckery. 2002.
I remember asking Robert, I said, if I'm going to be working for you, everyone is telling me not to be bothered with you, that you have all these different things going on and that you have a case going on with a young girl. And he's for bringing that to me. Thank you for keeping it real with me. That is not me. That's my brother.
Okay. Nope, I'm gonna let her finish.
This will all be done with, you will see. But I like that you brought it to me instead of talking. When I went down to the studio, I met Ron Isley.
For y'all, those of you who don't know who Ron Isley is from La da 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 Atlantis. That's Ron Isley, y'all. Mr. Big. This is Mr. Biggs. How you doing, Mr. Biggs? What the hell is going wrong? What you mean what's going on? Just because you think about it don't mean I'm doing about. Well, if you're not doing about it, what the hell you doing about? Hell, I could be just sleeping with her, or you could be just sleeping with her. Now, son, I'm a man above all other things. Well. This is my goddaughter, and I don't know the rest of this song. You may be the moon to her, but to me she's the star. Why? Can I take this phone? Ron Isley of the Isley Brothers, y'all. Hey girl, ain't no mystery. At least, as far as I can see. Oh, darling, just close your mind and let me be your freak while making love between the sheets. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, baby, baby, I feel your love surrounding me. Oh, 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 ooh, baby, baby, making love between the sheets. Enough of this talking, baby. Let's make love. That's who that is. She done met Ron Isley, y'all. The Isley Brothers. How much more how much better can life get? I'm in the studio with Ron Isley and R. Kelly.
From the Isley Brothers. I met Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child. I know she was down there at the studio with R. Kelly a lot. One day in particular, Michelle Williams looked at me and she said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 24.
Oh, bitch.
And R. Kelly saw her and said, "Pull out your ID. She is 24, married with children. You see how people would think that she is young?" And I was so happy to pull out my ID.
Like,
I didn't find it disrespectful at all.
She pulled her ID out and she laid it down on the studio table like it was the big joker to make the last book in a game of spades. Like, bitch, pow! Fuck out my face on the internet, hoe.
I felt like, here is my ID. I am proving everyone wrong. I was often asked to be careful going to his studio. They're saying that, you know, he's a pedophile and he him every time. I mean, there were even times where people weren't talking to me and I would interrupt the conversation and say, "Excuse me, I know him. I'm sorry, but I work for him, and that's not who he is."
Y'all bitches need to keep my brother name out y'all mouth. Bitch, I know R. Kelly. I know Robert. I be at the studio with him, Ron Isley, Michelle from Destiny Child. I be down there with all of the artists, and I be doing his hair. So, bitch, what you talking about? Him fucking these young girls? That shit ain't true. Hey, but yeah, back in '93, there's a marriage certificate that he signed on it when he married Aaliyah. Nah, bitch, that shit ain't true. But yeah, we just seen this video of him fucking this 14-year-old girl on tape. Bitch, that's his cousin. Yeah, bitch, that's his brother, I mean. Yeah, but Carrie, they similar, but they ain't like twins. Carrie and Roberts don't look exactly alike. They definitely like they could be brothers, but that shit don't look like they are the same people. No, bitch, I know what it is. You hating and you listen to what the media is telling you. Don't listen to the media. That's what the fuck she was saying. And all the while, why would you listen to that when you have substantial evidence? That's my whole thing with this. All of these people that's going around this motherfucker just because, and I'm talking about not the ones who actually saw him fucking young girls. I'm talking about the ones that was suspicious. They had the highbrow, like, I don't know if he's doing this or not. He could be. But he's writing this song for me, so let me mind my own fucking business. So you say, what do you want me to sing here, Kel? You say, you want me to go high? Okay. That's what the fuck they were doing. It's like this, people. If you're going to be involved in Hollywood, if you're going to be involved in your career, if you're going to be involved in life, period, we all have choices that we make. You either choose to be a part of the fuckery, you either choose to overlook the fuckery, or you choose to call out the fuckery. That's what it is. This ain't rocket fucking science. If I have enough people telling me, hey, this is such and such, or this person heard this, I heard this person does such and such, or I heard this person does, I'm not saying, oh, I'm just going to listen to what everybody else telling me, I'm going to go with it, but I'm damn sure going to take what everybody else is saying into consideration, and if it isn't me catching the person red-handed, I'm going to at least have enough discernment to say, well, you know what? It's too many people saying this, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm not going to compromise who I am by being around this motherfucker, or you going to know what it is and what's happening to be like, oh, hell no, these hoes is on this. This what they doing. They chasing this nigga down, and them hoes is with it. That's your choice. But don't try to make it seem like, oh, I just didn't know. Y'all motherfuckers knew. Because Michelle knew. Here's why I know she knew. Because she asked. The fact that you had to ask somebody you don't even fucking know, who ain't got shit to do with the production of your music or the creation of the music you're doing with R. Kelly, and the fact that you asked, bitch, you knew too. And as opposed to you just saying, you know what? The fact that I gotta ask how old this bitch is, I don't need to be here. You said fuck that because this nigga's making hits and I wanna be rich. I wanna be rich. That's what it was. These motherfuckers wanted that bag. They wanted that fame. They wanted the hit maker to bless them. Amanos, Dominos, Aramanos. That's what they wanted. So don't try to, and all these fucking celebrities is talking cash shit about him right now. Fuck y'all too. The John Legends, the Dame Dashes, all y'all niggas had platforms back when this shit was popping. And y'all didn't say shit. So I ain't trying to hear that. Now y'all coming out, yeah, I'll sit down with your Lifetime and talk a few minutes. Yeah, you know, it was real, it was shady as fuck, man. Everybody knew back then. Nigga, you knew too. And your ass stayed in the studio with him. Nigga, you knew too, and you didn't say shit on your IG. You didn't say shit on your MySpace. You didn't say shit on your Facebook. You didn't say shit on none of your shows. All that bullshit. Nigga, you didn't say shit. So don't try to act like you some fucking righteous dude right now. Talking about, yeah, I knew it all along. I just, I've been saying it for years. They should have been got him. Now, motherfucker, you should have been done said something. But you didn't. So don't try to come back and be the righteous cat now. That's bullshit.
I would go back and tell Robert what had transpired. And I'll always get like a warm look, like, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for having my back and being loyal behind my back and not just in my face. R. Kelly was big on loyalty. R. Kelly is preoccupied with loyalty. And I proved myself to be loyal.
Our commitment to celebrity culture is we want to get as close as we can to it. If access is where the grooming process starts, then celebrities have a million-mile start.
I told him everything about me because he was easy to talk to. R. Kelly shared with me that...
Oh shit, is today really R. Kelly's birthday? Get the fuck out of here. Today ain't his birthday. But here's my thing. And this isn't just with this R. Kelly situation. This is with all of the fuckery that takes place, period. You have people time and time again link up, support, not say shit, hide, not put it out there, kind of side-eyed, just be cool with it. You have plenty of people that will do that to just make themselves, hey, well, I don't know, but I ain't gonna say nothing. It's like these people are getting assistance. They are getting help. They are getting a camp and they circle the wagons around their fuck shit. And those people that are in those wagons, they absolutely put it out there and support the dude. Nigga, 53 years old. Happy birthday, nigga. Hope they gave you a birthday muffin or something in lockup. Nigga still should get a birthday celebration. Goddamn. But that's insane that people think that, oh, well, they do all this and they do all that and he can't do this, he did this, he did. Well, he can't do the shit by himself. Motherfucker can't be that large, performing, making hits in and out of studios, and he just taking advantage of all these girls by himself. And the people that were along for the ride, they were just there for that. Along for the ride. It don't make you a victim. She's not a victim. She was there providing loyalty. She was there getting counseling. I don't know, but that's what she said. She's getting counseling. She's getting connected to his celebrity. She's getting the residuals of being connected to him. That was her trade-off. That's all it was. So don't make it seem like you was just this, I didn't know and he took advantage of me and he crushed me and I just can't believe he did this and I thought that he was the one and he wasn't and I just knew that he would be such a nice person and he wasn't. He was such a monster and he could just take it back. No, bitch, if you think the motherfuckers own some fuck shit, sidestep and exit stage left. That's what you do. You don't stick around like, well, shit, I don't know for 100%, Joe. I got about 85. I got a marriage certificate. I got a bunch of young bitches in the studio, but I ain't gonna say nothing. That's bullshit. You cheating yourself and your moral compass is fucked up if you think that way. That's not the moral thing to do. Somebody saying, hey, yeah, this dude sleeping with a bunch of young girls. Okay, hold on. Motherfuckers do lie. Motherfuckers do talk shit. But if I see a bunch of fucking young girls around this dude, I'm gonna try to probably lean towards that shit. What the fuck is a grown man doing surrounded by a bunch of 14, 15, 16-year-old girls? I can tell you what he's doing. He's fucking them. Plain and simple. It's just that simple. Don't look at it, oh, well, he just has such a good relationship with these kids. He's bonding with these kids. Okay, that's fine. But anytime they're at his house, anytime they're in his studio at all hours of the day, they're not going to school, they're fucking. Think about it like this. Young ladies, young women, old hoes, old women, all of y'all, when y'all was 15, 16, 17 years old and y'all wasn't going to school, what was y'all doing? Y'all was over at some nigga house fucking. That's what y'all was doing. Y'all was with y'all girlfriends talking about fucking. Y'all was with y'all girlfriends plotting and scheming on how y'all can get to a nigga house so y'all can do some fucking. And that's just like young boys. Young boys, we was 15, 16, 17 years old. If we cut school, what was we doing? Talking about fucking. Wanting to go find a way that we could find some girls so we could be fucking. Because all we thought about in that time was fucking. So don't make it seem like it's a thing to where, oh, it's just, I can't believe he did what he did and how did he get access? They got access because these motherfuckers is out here in the streets. These girls are being abused. These girls are being sexually molested. They being touched and all that shit, just like these boys are. That's why they out here. That's all it is. Where the parents at is the question. Why the parents didn't step in is the question. How come it wasn't a gang of parents marching down to Chicago tracks talking about, where my daughter at? They wasn't doing that shit until a couple of weeks ago. Dude talking about, yeah, my daughter inside. I need her to come outside. Boy, please, get your ass out of here. You just mad because Kayla didn't give you that 50 grand that y'all talked about.
I shared with him that I was molested, raped, and kidnapped. I was molested between the ages of 8 to 12. There was one time.
Now that ain't Kale's. That's her fucked up family, friends, or whoever was around her ass. Where was her mama? Where was her daddy? Pretty much, I would imagine, nowhere to be found. But let's keep listening.
I was at a bar with my mother. She was a barmaid. And her boss sat me on his lap. And he started molesting me, fondling me.
Wasn't I just talking about this in the other show? In episode 2. I was just talking about this shit. Why, first of all, you a barmaid. I get it. You didn't make all of the right choices in life and it led you to bartending. Not a problem. Somebody's got to do it. And hey, you just might be good at it. You could do that could be your job. I get that. Why the fuck is your daughter in a bar? And why the fuck is she sitting on your daughter's lap is even more important. How does that happen? How does a mother let her daughter sit on her boss's lap? I tell you how. When she want to gain favor with the boss to the point to where she'll serve up her own daughter so she can get the right shift, she can get the extra tips, she can get the raise if she wasn't already fucking her boss herself. That's how.
And I just sat there eating potato chips.
Little black girls, we are told from very young ages, you don't.
I have to keep doing this. I'm sorry. But for those of you who this may be your first time, you done click the like and you sitting here, do not think that this is KRS-One. It is not. KRS-One has not transitioned to a woman. This is Tarana Burke, the founder of Me Too, and she really resembles KRS-One. This is not KRS-One. Don't y'all think that. I just got to put that disclaimer out. I love KRS-One, what he did to the rap game, what he contributed to hip hop. It is legendary. However, I will not let his reputation be besmirched or be damaged by somebody thinking that that's him in a green sweater and a skirt. That is not KRS-One, people. That is Tarana Burke. Just had to put that out as a disclaimer. I have to say that. He said the pussy's still free, but the crack costs money. Oh, yeah.
Let men touch your private parts. You don't sit on a man's lap. You don't go anywhere with strangers, right? We get this litany of rules, and it gets told to us over and over and over again, and it gets reinforced in all kind of ways. A man comes in the house, they say, go put some clothes on, or you can't be left alone with so-and-so. Those are the things that you hear all the time. But let me tell you what you don't hear. What you don't hear often enough is the...
See what I mean about how Lifetime ain't shit? There was no reason whatsoever. And it is... if I was her, I'd be mad. Y'all know damn well y'all don't need to be giving no close-up shots of this woman's face. Y'all know y'all Lifetime ain't shit. I'm telling y'all. That is the one person where the producer of the show is supposed to be like, hey, look, talking to the cameraman, hey, look, man, I know with all the other guests that we've done the close-in shots, we've done the, the side-eye shot, just, to keep the film fresh and keep it to where you won't get viewer fatigue. Don't you zoom in on no parts of this bitch face. Now, you can zoom in on a hand, zoom in on the feet, zoom in on the corner of a dress or something. Do not give a close-up to this woman's face, Mr. Demure. Thank you.
Parent or the adult saying, if it's not your fault, it is always the adult's fault. And so you have generations of children who are being raised to believe that they're complicit in their own abuse because they broke a rule, right? Because I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have worn that. I must have projected something that said that I was available.
Let me tell you something.
To be taken advantage of.
I have lost self-esteem.
I don't know too much about Tarana Burke, but I will tell anybody who is around her, I can tell you one thing and one thing not to do. If anybody is a cokehead, if you snort cocaine, Tarana Burke is a person you do not want to be your friend unless you are in a cartel and you have access to kilos of cocaine. Because this motherfucker here, with that schnoz on her, boy, she could snort up 2 lines, 1 nostril, at the same damn time, Can you imagine her putting that one big motherfucker on a mirror or something that's been cut up? You can't even take a dollar bill. She can't snort with $100 bill. You know why? Because I'm pretty sure she tried it one time and the $100 bill went up and was up in a goddamn sinus cavity for 2 weeks. She can't. She got to cut a water hose off. She got to cut the water hose and use that to snort in, because that's the only thing that'll fit that won't go all the way up in her nose. I'm just saying. Can you imagine her doing some coke? She'd be like, hey, y'all, let's party. Let's do a line of coke. Let's do it. They're going to be, you ain't smell my coke, bitch. All I got is an eighth. I got an eighth of an ounce. Bitch, I just bought this Friday. I just got paid like Johnny Kemp. I got a quarter of an ounce. You'll do that in one line. That bitch coke lines be about that fat boy. It look like... That bitch put that coke down, boy, like in Tony Montana, like in Scarface. You know, when Tony turned that whole little chest of coke over and he snorted and he hit it so hard that he like spent up off of it. Boy, that bitch would have still been there. She'd have been like, ooh. That shit sound like a vacuum, Jack. That bitch going out of that coke. It's like, like, is this bitch snorting or she sound like a vacuum cleaner? Niggas like that, we call them hoovers. They're trying to be cool with you. That mystical, that bitch is a Dyson on that cocaine. That's what they call her. She walking to the parties in Hollywood. They be like, oh, here come old Dyson, Tarana Dyson Burke. Like, why they call her Dyson? They like, yeah, nigga. Put a half a key on the table and she'll show you why. They like this bitch. And at one time, I seen Tarana Burke snort a whole kilo of coke in one night. I'm sorry. Oh, Dyson Burke, boy, I tell you.
For staying in situations I shouldn't. I didn't see nothing past being a hair braider.
Hey, look, if you want to know what cocaine say about her, they be like, man, I done heard if you get snorted up by Tarana Burke, it's like looking down the barrel of a it's like looking down the end of a double barrel shotgun. They're like, man. I said, what? They're like, yeah, man, if you ever wind up on her coke table, boys like looking down looking down the business end of a double barrel shotgun, side by side, those 2 barrels at 12 gauge. Double barrel Burke, boy, I tell you. Oh,
now I'm at the top of my game. I'm doing hair for a celebrity.
When someone has been abused, they are at greater risk of being abused again later in their life. Oftentimes, a lot of the ailments that they've experienced from, anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation, questioning their own reasoning and their own decision-making are challenged because of what they experienced as children. Child sexual abuse is the most pervasive health risk and problem that young people face, and it carries with them throughout life.
I thought I could trust
Now,
Robert.
that is a very good point. It does travel with them through life, especially, which is what most people, well, not just most people, but especially most black women, black men don't do. They don't go to therapy for it. So not only you're not in a state of being damaged or being hurt or having some type of severe trauma and you're repairing that. No, most of us, when it happens to us, when some fuck shit goes down in our lives, we carry it and we stay broken. We don't try to repair. We don't try to get help. We don't go to counseling. We don't do any of that. So we literally go through life as a broken vessel and wondering why there's so much water on our boats all the time. Wondering why our boat is barely afloat and why it's fucking sinking. Because we haven't patched the holes in that boat. So every time we sail off from the dock, we taking on water. Barely making it. So what does that mean? The slightest wind that comes along, the slightest little storm, the slightest, the next boat that comes by and even just very ever so gently bumps up against you, it's a catastrophic event for you because your boat is already broken. You are already a broken vessel. So the slightest thing, the slightest little tip, one way or the other, it's going to be catastrophic for you. You're going to fall right back into that pit that you barely holding on with one hand trying to get out of just to keep your head above water and making a wave when you can. Even with temporary layoffs, you can still have some good times. Easy creative ripoffs. You can still have some good times. Even when it's scratching and surviving, you can still have good times. And when you get hungry, you could be hanging in the chow line and have good times. But ain't we lucky that we got them? Do. Good times. That's all I'm saying. But no, seriously, when you're in that position, you're in that state, and you're not trying to repair that boat, you're just barely making it. Most of us in the ghetto, in the hood, coming from all walks of life that have suffered tragic events, that have suffered the life-affecting results of being abused, those things that we travel with through all our lives, we never try to repair it. So most of us are already barely making it by the time we're even young adults. We so fucked up in the head from the trauma we've suffered, we're barely making it by the time we hit 15, 16, 17, 18. Which is why we don't usually go very far in life, because of what we suffered in our childhood. It's like those little things, because we haven't worked through them, because we haven't gotten help for them, we tend to fall into and stay right in line with that shit. That's why it's so important when you have something messed up in your life, go get counseling. Call a phone number, call a hotline, get you a good job to where they pay for that shit. All you young people, old people, it ain't too late for y'all. Get you some counseling for that fuck shit that happened to you, that only a handful of people know, or in this case, everybody know. You need counseling. If you talking about some shit that happened to you 30 years ago and it's still breaking you down and affecting you like it is now today, to where you crying fake tears, hopping on, or crying real tears, or hopping on this show, hopping on that show, and you can't even talk or get your point across because of the breakdown.
I thought everyone talked to me like I'm one of the guys. You know, it's like, you know, the little sister or something. There was one day in particular that I was at the studio, and one of the members of the entourage tried to talk to me, and he's like, come on, let's make out. I said, I got 3 kids. So that was it. I went home, I didn't think no more of it, and I got a phone call, and it was Robert, irate, over the phone, asking me why didn't you tell me this was going on? What happened? He said, I'm like your brother, man. I can't have you down here like this. I said, I'm so sorry. I would have told you, but I didn't think it was nothing. He said, you're supposed to give me the heads up on like this. And that was the first day that I felt like I was unloyal to him.
People who are abusers or...
All I'm saying is this, y'all. This is so confusing because she's and I see what she's doing. She's building up this, this is the crescendo that she's doing, to where she's building up all of these things to where she didn't know, and he was so nice to her and he was so this to her, and this is why she just essentially just fell for him. And next thing you know, she fucking him and telling him where she going, what she got on, what she doing. That's exactly what this seems like here. This is too staged, because in this whole story that she's telling, she's not taking no accountability.
You know, who are trying to take advantage of particularly young people will use shame. What I experienced as a survivor of child sexual abuse is the shame of not having been a good girl. And so once they get that nugget, the abusers, they can take that and twist that and use it against you in all kinds of ways. And then you sort of carry, it's like you do the work for them, because the shame makes you feel so bad. And you carry it, it's like an albatross around your neck. So it's a weapon that is used and wielded against lots and lots of survivors.
I stopped getting called to come and do his hair. So I started calling.
You hear that? So at this point, he stopped calling her. She stopped getting calls to do it. She wasn't making no money doing it. She already had the notoriety. But what did she do? She started to pursue it. And I can feel it coming in the air at night. I can feel this shit she about to do. I can just feel it. She about to drop the fuck shit now to show how she didn't know, she didn't expect it, she didn't have no clue, and now she's another victim.
Call and I would say, hey, this is Lanita. Can I speak to Rob? He not here. So I was puzzled. I think it was for about maybe a month or two that I was not able to go and do his hair.
Why would you still want to go if you didn't want to make out with the dude? He kind of made you feel some type of way. You wasn't getting no money doing this dude hair. You was getting the money from people knowing that you did his hair, which they already knew. So the money was there. You had the clientele built up to where you was doing your own thing. Why not at that point just say, this ain't for me. I'm good. Let me go work on my husband, or finish divorcing my husband, whatever the hell you're going to do, and just do that. And if you're watching right now, please click that like button. We got 264 people watching. Let's get them likes up, y'all.
And then all of a sudden, I get a call. I get a phone call to do his hair.
Just when you think you've gotten out, R. Kelly pulls you back in like the mob.
Lanita, can you come down and braid Rob's hair? And I was there in about 45 minutes.
You see that? And she's saying, out of all of this time, y'all, she has not said once that they've slept together. So she ain't fucked this nigga. She ain't been with this nigga. And some fuck shit happened at the studio with another nigga. And she left, severed ties, didn't hear from this nigga for almost 2 months. First time he called, she dropped everything. She there in 45 minutes. Why? Why would you do that and put yourself in that situation and then turn around and not say, I fucked up, I shouldn't have never went back, I bought that on myself? Why would you do that? And just watch how this shit gets me. I can just feel it. It's like I'm Phil Collins on this one, Jack. Well, then you told me you were lying. Lying about this shit. I see that you just a broke ass bitch. And you are trying to come up off this. But I was not there, but I know what you're doing. Knowing what you're doing, tell lies. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. And I can hear this bitch lying on my life. Oh, Lord. And I've been waiting for this moment through all my life. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
And I told Robert while I was doing his hair, I said, look, I'm apologizing to you because I wasn't trying to be down there on anything and nothing happened. And he says, I know, but I know it won't happen again. After that, I did his hair every 2 days. February 18th, 2003, I get there. Everything feel different. He always, had his hands in his pants or whatever, and he says, I want a head massage.
What? What the fuck kind of shit is that? He always had his hands in his pants? Look, y'all, all right, I gotta say this. So this is ghetto law 101. Any nigga that keep his hands in his pants. We ain't talking about pocket pool. We talking about hands in their pants. You got on sweats, you got on baggy jeans, whatever. If your hands are in your pants, in your front, or hell, in your back, if they're on the other side of your pants, nigga, I don't touch you, shake your hand, fist bump, nothing. There is no hand contact whatsoever. Nigga, I don't even play on the same keyboard you play on. I don't hit the same drum pad. I don't touch the same mic you touch. I don't touch the same door handle you touch. How the fuck does she say, well, that was just normal, that we was just out here, that he kept his hands in his pants all the damn time? What? The fuck you mean he kept his hands in his pants the whole damn time? Hands in his pants. Hands make her dance.
Sudden, I get a call. I get a phone call to do his hair. Lanita, can you come down and braid Rob's hair? And I was there in about 45 minutes. And I told Robert while I was doing his hair, I said, look, I'm apologizing to you because I wasn't trying to be down there on anything and nothing happened. And he says, I know, but I know it won't happen again. After that, I did his hair every 2 days.
Back and forth.
February 18th, 2003. I get there, everything feel different. He always, had his hands in his pants or whatever, and he says, I want a head massage. And I laughed it off and said, I don't do massages. And he said, no, not that head, this head. And I remember him walking toward me. I had my hair in 2 French braids, and he pulled my braid down, and I go like this. They just start honking and spitting. He spit 7 times. He was like, suck it for daddy.
Who retails a sloppy toppy with sound effects? Seriously, man? Shout out to Talking Loud with Keish T. Thank you so much. She live for fame. They are all ESP, especially the parents. Are you serious? She did the hawks. And she counted. What the? Come on, y'all. Not like this. Not like this. Seriously, man?
I wanted to make a living just off of doing his hair. It was like he crushed my life. And
all right, here we go again.
He pulled my braid down, and I go like this. They just start honking and spitting. He spit 7 times. He was like, suck it for daddy. I wanted to make a living just off of doing his hair.
I wanted to make a living just off of doing his hair. However, I was doing his hair and only getting paid $20. I was making $20 by doing this dude's hair. And I wanted to make a living off of that. How, Sway? How could you make a living off of $20? Hell, Big Mama in Big Mama's house was willing to pay the taxi cab driver to beat that white boy's ass. He was gonna make more money than what she made, and that's on top of his cab fee. Y'all remember Big Mama's house when Big Mama was in the back of that cab? She was like, driver, I will pay you $20 if you will. And he was like, yes, ma'am. Getting ready to beat that dude's ass. And she talking about she making $20 every time she doing his hair, spending I don't know how many hours to just do his hair, and she wanted to make a living off of that. Come on, man. Mind y'all this. This ain't no kid. This an old hoe right. This an old bitch right now. She started and met him at 24. I'm imagining this at least a year later. Bitch, you 25 years old. You think you gonna make money off of $20 a hairdo with this nigga here? Come on. And she said she doing this hair every 2 days. So that's 40. Let's see, it's 7 days in a week. So she doing his hair maybe 3 times a week if she lucky. That's $60, bitch, a week. 120 every 2 weeks. $240 a month. Bitch, you could do a motherfucking weave for $250, and that's being cheap. You could do some box braids for $300, some micros for $300. The fuck you doing this nigga hair for $60 a week for? Get your ass out of here. I can't.
It was like he crushed my life. And I started crying so hard. He immediately got mad at me. Did I beat you like your husband? He asked me to fix my face. I walk to the bathroom with my eyes squinted. I grabbed his towel and I wiped my face. It was sticky. And I look up at my eyelashes and my eyelashes like stuck together, like pointy, stuck together.
And that, women, is why you should not wear false eyelashes. This is a learning opportunity right here. This is why women should not wear false eyelashes, because if you catch a shot of cum in those eyelashes, they are ruined, and you can have your eyes permanently shut and could even go blind. Don't do the fake eyelashes, ladies. Please. Can't you see what tragedies could happen from this? Fake eyelashes are the devil. They are ruining lives and they are crushing people's souls, and people are going blind and losing sight because of this. You have to say no to these lashes, ladies. Had that just been regular, natural lashes, she could have wiped her face, and at best, at worst, her eyelashes would have been just a little crunchy from the ejaculate. However, with those fake lashes, you can't, there's nothing organic about those lashes, so therefore the ejaculate that's on your face will therefore shut those lids shut. Those eyelashes acted like that ejaculate was straight up glue, and it glued her eyes shut. Imagine if she was driving. Imagine if she had to drive home like this. Ladies, you don't want to be in a situation where you get to drive home with a cum shot on your face. Because if you got fake lashes, you could potentially kill yourself or kill someone else. It's worse than driving drunk.
He ejaculated on my face. That's why my eyelashes were sticky. After I wipe my face, just keep wiping my face.
Ladies, what you do if you must wear lashes, because I know there's some ladies out here that are just eyelash challenged. Take your eyelash off and stick it on the arm of the chair or on the bedpost, or even if you put it inside your bra, or your titties might be out for a blowjob. Take your eyelashes and just put them in your purse until you're done. Once you receive the shot of cum and you've wiped off your face, then you can reapply your lashes. Or you don't even need to at that time, because it don't matter to us anyway.
And wiping my face like, this is the face I kiss my kids with.
So now she acting like she ain't never sucked dick before, got no cum shot. Bitch, you was a married woman and you got 3 kids. And I'm quite sure them 3 kids wasn't by the same dude. And even if they was, I'm sure that nigga done got that nut off on your face. If you took that cum shot from Kales, I'm sure you done took a cum shot before. You're lying now. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the face that my kids, bitch. So is that mouth too. Don't act like that's some shit you ain't never did before. You see this shit?
I go home and I kiss my kids goodnight. I kiss my kids goodbye for school. And I just started feeling.
And if you're doing that and you ain't brushing your teeth or washing your face, you are unfit parent and you a nasty bitch. That's all I got to say about that. How in the hell you sucking dick and ain't brushing your teeth, washing your mouth, ain't even no Listerine or what's that other shit, that Dr. Tishner's? You telling me that you ain't Dr. Tishner after you done sucked a dick or a random dick or R. Kelly dick? You know he fucking all these hoes. You shouldn't have sucked it in the first place. But the fact that you did, hey, clean your mouth. Don't go home with dick on your breath going to kiss your kids. That's an ain't shit bitch. Right, get your Listerine or your scope together first. My goodness.
So dumb and stupid. Everybody I told to trust him. This man not like this. He not that type of person. Pray for him. Care about him. It's like... And I stood up for him every time.
In the Black community, oftentimes...
Hey, look, we got 326 people watching. Click the like button, please. Click the subscribe button. I appreciate you.
We are trained to protect Black men based on the history of incarceration and slavery in this country. And so the last thing we are told is call the police.
If it's in your family or if it's in the community, in the neighborhood, you don't want to get people in trouble. So many Black women in particular do not report sexual violence and sexual harassment because of our long history with law enforcement.
We're all socialized to understand the vulnerability that Black men have in terms of being over-policed. We all know we're in this together. So to say that you're a victim of sexual assault when it's a Black man who does it, you're the one who's seen as somehow harming the community.
I would agree. However, how many niggas are in jail because of they bitch done called on them? How many niggas are in jail because a black woman done lied on them? How many niggas are in jail watching this right now on an illegal phone or computer, and it's because of they girl, they baby mama? Black women call the police on niggas all the goddamn time. Why are these hoes coming forth now and they talking about we don't call the police? Then what you coming forth now for then? Are you fucking kidding me? The only time a black woman ain't gonna call the police on her nigga if there's something in it for her. By not doing so. Like a check for $250,000 that was given to Tiffany for not going to court with Kels. The $50,000 here, the $10,000 there, the Gucci bag, the Chanel purse, all of the shit that'll make a motherfucker not call the police on her. Black women don't call the police because of the neighborhood. Bullshit to the back. That's a fucking lie. It's one probably calling the police on me right now because they don't like me calling this shit out. Yeah, I don't know where he from, where he's at right now, Mr. Officer, but he talking a lot of shit and that shit hurting our feelings. This nigga's telling too many truths, bitch. We gotta get his ass off the air. Call Google.
When in fact, the person who violates you is the person who has broken ranks and who has committed a deeply traumatizing act that breaks us apart.
And I kept on thinking, well, he didn't rape me, so it ain't no case, you know? And I called my brother-in-law.
Look, I understand, Mother Jules, you saying that's not fair. It's not fair, and you may think that ain't true, but it is. These are facts. Go look. Go to wherever you live at, Mother Jules. Go look at your local jail. Go to that website, wherever it is. It's some DOC or Department of Corrections in where you live at, and look at how many men are just in jail, not even prison, but just in jail, and look at how many of those are domestic disputes. Domestic assault and batteries, whatever the case may be. Look at it and see. You look at all of these guys that's been in jail, and if it's some guys that done been in jail that done got locked up because they was arguing with their woman, fussing with their woman lied on their ass, whatever the case may be, because it happens all the time. Let's be real here. Yeah, I called your name, Mother Jules. We got to keep it 100. That's not true. So don't say that.
I said, Eddie, I want you to beat up R. Kelly. Beat him up. I ain't never asked you to fight nobody. What y'all was making jokes about, it happened. You're so silly. You don't fight somebody like R. Kelly. He got bodyguards. You call the police. He spit on you and in your face. That's assault and battery.
What he was saying was he spit on you and nutted in your face. Yes. Came on your face. Basically gave you a pearl necklace. Put his load on your face. You can figure it out. I've said enough. I'm sorry.
And I said, let me call somebody else. I called his friend and I tell him what happened. And he says, yeah, baby, you gotta call the police. It's nothing nobody can help you with. I hate that happened to you. I call the...
So not one person, so look. So damn the fact that she grown. Damn that. She had not one, but two of her close male friends who she wanted to beat R. Kelly's ass, and them niggas wind up going to jail, which they would have, mother. They would have fucked around. She was about to send two niggas to jail, fucking around trying to fight R. Kelly. See how quick that shit all came back around? But both of these niggas told her to go to the police. Let's watch what the bitch did.
To me. And she said, can you describe the assailant? And I tell her, R. Kelly. That was the worst thing I could have ever did. The whole block filled up with police cars. There's no room to get in or out. The first police that get there, she's a black lady. I immediately feel like I'm so grateful this is not a man. Thank you, God. I start to tell her what happened to me. And she says, well, you know you're not gonna be able to go back down there if you make this police report. How do I know you're not crazy? And everything I was saying to the woman police officer, I could hear it echoing.
She ain't tell her husband this because she's divorced now. R. Kelly done counseled her through all of that shit. It was her and her 3 kids back then when she first started, because her and her husband, they was on the outs already. That's what she said way back in the beginning. They were on the outs already with her husband. She was still technically married, but they weren't together. So R. Kelly was talking her through all that, which is why she had to hire a babysitter to actually come and babysit while she would go and braid hair. So that shit was over. There was no husband at this point in time. Husband long gone. They done. And now what this police officer is telling her makes absolute sense. And I'm going to tell you that because from a law enforcement perspective, when you have somebody that files that type of report, you can't go hang back out. You can't go call. You need to sever all contact. You don't go kick it with your rapist. You about to accuse this man of sexual assault. You about to accuse this man of rape. You do not go kick it, hang out, do his hair, wash his feet, do whatever. You're done. And that's what she's explaining to her, which makes sense.
In the cars behind me, so everybody was just parked so that they can listen to guards. You call the police. He spit on you and in your face. That's assault and battery. And I said, let me call somebody else. I called his friend and I tell him what happened. And he says, yeah, baby, you gotta call the police. It's nothing nobody can help you with. I hate that happened to you. I call the happened to me. And she said, can you describe the assailant? And I tell her, R. Kelly. That was the worst thing I could have ever did. The whole block filled up with police cars. There's no room to get in or out.
Thank you, Power.
The first police that get there, she's
wonderfully
a
done
black lady. I immediately feel like I'm so grateful this is not a man. Thank you, God.
And here's how that's bullshit. So she calls the police after she talked to not 1, but 2 men. Now she's like, oh, thank God, this police officer that showed up first on the scene ain't a man. What the fuck difference does that make? Like, what the fuck would a male police officer do different from a female police officer in this situation? All you're doing is filing a report. It's not like you've just been brutally raped and beaten and you don't want your body shown, you don't want people to see you, you want somebody to help cover you. That's not even the case. You see how she just threw that shit in there to kind of spin the narrative to sound even worse? It wouldn't have mattered. You ain't going to do shit. Ain't no physical aspect to this or nothing. You are literally getting ready to file a police report. It don't matter if a man, woman, a horse, or whoever showed the fuck up to take your report, you're filing a complaint. And in all actuality, a male police, as male law enforcement, we should be offended by that. Shouldn't that be a bad thing? What if a guy said that? This was not a situation to where something just happened to you in the moment and now you're calling. This is after the effect, well after the effect. This ain't the same night. You're not traumatic. You're not suffering from PTSD.
I start to tell her what happened to me. And she says, well, you know you're not going to be able to go back down there if you make this police report. How do I know you're not crazy? And everything I was saying to the woman police officer, I could hear it echoing in the cars behind me. So everybody was just parked so that they can listen to what was happening. I was told to go upstairs to my apartment, and a police called me and told me that they were coming to get me. And they came with their sirens on. I got in this police car. That was my first police ride. Knees like this, and I'm being whisked away to the police station. So I meet this nice young gentleman. His name was Detective Daly.
Well, isn't that something? How at first she was just praying and thankful that there wasn't a police officer that was a male that showed up first. It was a woman. Now she gets to the station, and now there's this really nice man who was there as a police officer. So now a dude is okay? What the fuck transpired to where that was okay now? Nothing. You see what kind of shit I'm talking about here? Do you see this account that she's giving? She's literally like going off into shit that wouldn't even fucking matter, and she's trying to make it seem like it was such an important piece of her story. Just like the 7-time spit. What the fuck is that? Like if he only spit 6 times is disrespectful? Nigga, I got to put 7 spits on my dick to get it right. What kind of shit is that, man? Now he's a nice gentleman at the police station, but had it been a male officer that showed up first on the scene, oh, that would have been a bad cop. That would have been a bad guy. Get your ass out of here.
At that moment, he was like my savior, you know? He introduced himself. I told him everything, and he didn't act like he didn't believe me. After me being at the police station for 8
So essentially what she's saying is the female officer made her feel like she didn't believe her, but the nice male police officer gentleman that was at the station, he made her feel like he believed her. Seriously.
8 hours, and Detective Daly took me home. He asked me for my clothes, and I gave it to him.
I first met Lenita Carter the day after she was assaulted by R. Kelly. She had already made a complaint to the police, and I believed her. Making a report, making an allegation, making a complaint against a celebrity, you know, as the victim, that you're going to be highly scrutinized, that you are making a report that will upset not only the celebrity, but the whole world around them.
And here's my thing. He's right. And here's my thing. He's right. And here's my thing. He's right. However, if you've been wronged, you've been violated, and there is no responsibility or culpability on you, on your part, you didn't do shit to get that type of treatment, you were just minding your own business, living your life like it was golden, and this low life, no good motherfucker decided to take advantage of you, I get it. And yes, you should go file that police report. But you know why most don't? It ain't because I want nobody to believe me. You get the opportunity to file a report no matter if a police officer believes you or not. Police are not judge and jury. You tell them, hey, I want to file a complaint, I want to file a report, they have to take it. Especially for something like this. There is no law enforcement officer and no law enforcement department that want to be the department that don't take this type of complaint, that don't take this type of report. There isn't one on the face of the earth not on the face of the earth, but in this country called America. No department is going to take this lightly because of the climate of what our country's been. And it's been like that for the past 40 years. Maybe back in the early 70s, you got a cop to be that guy, whatever, bitch, you asked for it. But since them 80s and 90s, they take this shit serious. The late 80s, I'd say, 90s. They take it serious. So you can't say, well, I didn't want to file a report because I didn't think anybody would believe me. And they acted like they didn't want to do it. Bitch, it don't matter. If a bitch at McDonald's acting like she don't want to take your order, do you not fucking eat? No. Bitch, I want 2 Big Macs, extra mac sauce, add tomato. Shout out to my boy Aaron Wallace who put me on. If you ain't had a Big Mac, I can't eat McDonald's like that no more. But if you get a Big Mac, add tomato to it. It's a different experience. Trust me. That's all I'm saying.
This is all over the news. This is everywhere. And I'm just nervous. They put me in the Essex Inn Hotel. I send my kids away, and I try to deal with this thing. Detective Daly calls me when I'm at the Essex Inn and said, he said,
Did you see that sniff like she about to cry? Oh my God.
they don't know you. I've taken them your picture. I told them your name. Nobody down at that studio says that they know you. He says, were you there? Yes, I was there. My hair bag is in his office. It's a black plastic bag. I have a blow dryer. I have pictures. I have dry shampoo. I was there. And he says, okay, we're gonna raid the studio. Detective Daly calls me and says he's at the studio and that they're actively raiding the studio, but he says, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We running out of time. This is about to end. Wake up. And I'm groggy, and he's like, look, you gotta give us more information, because your stuff ain't here. Tell me something that nobody else would know unless they were here. And I says, there's 2 Oscar drug pill bottles in front of 3 Grammys on a glass stand. And you could hear him, I believe you now. Detective Daly calls me and says he's at the studio and that they're actively raiding the studio, but he says, you gotta give us more information, because your stuff ain't here. Tell me something that nobody else would know unless they were here.
Let me tell y'all something. That's standard police work. This is not no fucking, the way that they drummed it up on the show, that's exactly what they would do. If you go and because they gonna get the warrant. They get the warrant to raid and they get there and all them niggas is gonna play the fool. Absolutely they gonna play the fool. I don't know that bitch. I ain't never seen that bitch before. I don't know. Lanita, who? Nigga, we ain't never seen that bitch. I don't know who that bitch is. Ain't nobody seen that bitch. I don't know that bitch. Who that bitch? I don't know about that bitch. I don't know that bitch. That bitch crazy, man. I don't know nothing about that bitch. That's what they all gonna say. And what you would do is say, okay, prove to me that you've been here and tell me something that I can see while I'm in here, because he gonna have to be there. The officer's gonna need to be. That's why he was like, bitch, wake your motherfucking ass up and listen to what the fuck I'm telling you, bitch. You need to tell me some shit that only a motherfucker who done been up in here would be able to know and see. Absolutely. As well, Detective Daly, there are 2 eyelashes on the floor by the piano in the studio that are saturated with ejaculate. Got you, bitch. We got him. We got him, girl. That's what they would do. That's exactly what they would do. She's making it seem like this is just a, oh, they ain't gonna let him go. They don't believe me. Bitch, do you know that if they just took your word for it and that was it, that every fucking male celebrity in Hollywood would get arrested and go to jail? They can't slap no bracelets on this dude and take him out of jail with no evidence. Hell, if that woman, Monica Lewinsky, didn't keep her dress with her ejaculate on it, they wouldn't have had shit to say with Clinton. It would have been her word against his. You are innocent until proven guilty. That's the country we live in. That's the world we live in here. That's what we do.
And I says, there's 2 Oscar drug pill bottles in front of 3 Grammys on a glass stand. And you could hear him running. He's like panting. And he say, it's here. You just gained us 2 hours in this studio. In a dumpster, they found the black plastic bag with all my hair products in it.
And that just goes to further prove how dumb R. Kelly and his crew is. Them dumbass niggas took her shit and put it in the dumpster in the back of the fucking studio. Really? You dumbass sons of bitches. Not take it to a fucking Walgreens or take it to a McDonald's parking lot or take it somewhere, just drop the shit down the sewer. They ain't gonna do no shit like that. Throw it over into the Chicago River. Nope. Hey, man, go take this and put it out in the garbage. Yeah, you right. I'm gonna take this down, put it in the garbage out here. Because the police come, then we gonna say we ain't know her. Shit, we ain't know who she was. We ain't never seen her before. I don't know who stuck that in the garbage. That's the garbage. Okay. So
they also found the couch cushion that later they found out possibly had semen on it. And so now everybody who lied, who said they didn't know me, had to change their story and say that they knew me.
I think Lanita had a very strong case.
Oh, no, here's my thing. I believe 100% that this happened to her. I'm not in the least bit saying, oh, she ain't sucking no dick. Oh, he didn't make, I believe she sucked that dick. I truly do. My thing is, though, she went there and chased after him and pursued him after the first time some sexual shit went left. Why would she go back? Why would she go back by herself? Why would she even go back when she wasn't even making no fucking money and it was some fuck shit that happened at the studio in the first place? After he ghosted her ass for almost 2 months, why would you go back? It was nothing in it for you. You was steady trying to come up. That's all that shit was. That's all that shit was. He ghosted her for almost 2 months. One of the dudes in the entourage tried to make out with her, basically tried to fuck. She was like, no, and she didn't go back. She then started calling this nigga, fine, what's up? Ain't nobody call me. What's up? Where cares that? They played her to the left. Instead of her just getting gone and staying gone, she didn't. She came back the first time they called for her. And she came a-running. Then he told her, hey, I want a motherfucking head massage. And she like, I don't do massages. He like, well, I want a head massage. And she like, I don't do massages. And he like, I want a head massage, bitch. Suck this dick. That's what he did. She could have left in. What she do? She stayed. He then cussed the bitch out because he mad because all the counseling he done gave her, all the times he done let her hang out and she done ate for free, hung out for free. He done cussed out one of the niggas in the crew because of her, and now she don't want to give him no head. He feel like she at least owed me that, whatever. The bitch still didn't leave. Why? Why would you stay? Why would you go back? Why would you even entertain the fact of some fuck shit happening once, it not happen again? Why would you do that? You should have been like, nah, I'm good, Kel. You can keep that 20. You can keep that 100. I'm already doing hair. That's the whole thing to this. You put yourself in the fucking lion's den time and time again. Then when the lion becomes a lion and do what a lion does, then you're like, oh, he just crushed me. This is the worst thing ever. This is preposterous. I cannot believe that he would do this. How, Sway? You've heard the rumors. You've seen the young girls. You've seen all of the fuck shit that would add up and lead you to believe this is probably possible. At the very least, it's possible. But you didn't want to see that because you're trying to come up. That's the problem. Broke motherfuckers always trying to come up, and they sacrifice their fucking morals. They sacrifice their values. They sacrifice their bodies. They put themselves in jeopardy, their children in jeopardy. They put everything on the line just for a little piece of a come up. That's her problem. That's why she wound up in the situation she was in, and that explains the abrasion on your palm.
I think that she had the facts totally under her control. When Lanita made the report to the police, and then that was turned over to the state's attorney for prosecution, jury process, and that is an interview with the complaining witness, with the victim, with Lanita in this case, and they decide whether a crime has likely been committed, and then they decide whether they want to bring charges.
During that time, Shauna Bolliker took me to the grand jury, and I testified, and Everyone badgered me there, basically told me, oh, why wouldn't you sleep with a superstar? Why wouldn't you sleep with a celebrity? I was in tears, I was uncomfortable, and
that's where the bullshit is. This is exactly where the bullshit is. I'm gonna call it like it is. Lanita Carter is not a very attractive woman. She is not. So it ain't like she got niggas beating down her door. She got 3 fucking kids. She's 24, 25 years old, and she's braiding hair. I get that. She's doing her hairdressing thing. No problem with that. But she ain't got niggas beating down doors trying to fuck her that are on R. Kelly's level, that have R. Kelly status, that are celebrities. She ain't got none other motherfucking celebrity story that don't involve R. Kelly in it. So to make it seem like she didn't want this, she didn't want no part of that or none of that, you would have proved it had you not went back. You would have proved your point that you didn't want no part of Kels. You wasn't attracted to him. You can't believe he would do something like that. All of that would have made sense had you not ever gone back. But you know what you did? The first chance you got to go back, you did, because you ain't never had the attention of a celebrity of his stature or probably of any other celebrity at that on that level, even give you a glimpse of attention. Even call you, look at you, talk to you, touch you, hug you, kiss you, nothing. None of that. You talked all that shit about how you wanted a husband, you wanted to have your own husband and all of that. Then why the fuck would you be sitting up here with a fucking celebrity knowing he ain't gonna marry your motherfucking ass? Knowing goddamn well that the lifestyle that nigga leads ain't got shit to do with your hopes and dreams of being a wife and being a mother. That's the whole problem with this. This is why I'm talking about this shit, because she's trying to make it seem like she has no responsibility or accountability in this at all. And the fact is, most women, and I'm talking the greater majority of women, would absolutely go hang out, be around, do whatever they're going to do to get in this celebrity's presence, especially if it's one that they like or one that they know. And then if there is some fuck shit, they gonna be out that first time, and if they come back, then they absolutely are with it. Plain and simple. That first time that nigga hit on you, he asked you for some pussy, he touch your titty, he do whatever, he try to kiss you and all of that shit. That first time, yeah, you get one on that one. But if you go back and you continue to be in that motherfucker's environment, to be in that situation by yourself, you are putting yourself at risk, and you setting yourself up for failure. You setting yourself up to be just like this, talking about it's my word against his, and he a bigger name than me. He got way more power than I do. Why the fuck would you put yourself in that position then? If I'm a fucking GD, I'm not going to go to the conservative vice lords meeting and hang out with them and then be like, I don't know why they would jump me. They just jumped on me. Well, the last time they saw you, bitch, they told you they was going to kick your ass. Why would you go to their meeting where they all hang out at? Seriously?
they were so mean to me. They were so mean. Nobody.
What the fuck does that mean? They were so mean to me. What does they were so mean to me? What does that mean, people? What is she really saying? And shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I got 454 people watching. Click that like button. Click the subscribe button. This is some great content and an awesome breakdown that we got going on here. Go ahead and click that like button and click that subscribe button so you can continue to be a part of this awesomeness.
Was there for me.
I think our legal system has to really do an atoning for how we've treated.
Hey, boy, this Kim Fox. Oh my God, if that ain't Commander Worf from Star Trek, I don't know what the hell is. That's Commander Worf. I think Worf wound up being a general. That's General Worf right there in the flesh from the Klingons, just fresh from the Klingon meeting. It was Klingon weekend and Worf just got back and did the interview.
Cases of sexual abuse. Sexual abuse, sexual assault is one of the most underreported crimes. And I think that's because victims
fear that they won't be believed.
Lanita was disappointed and pretty devastated to know that they were not going to be bringing criminal charges. She had put herself on.
And here's why. So, you cannot tell me that ain't no prosecuting attorney gonna be licking their chops to be the one that prosecutes R. Kelly. Problem is, if they don't have enough evidence. Because what she's talking about now, sucking that nigga dick, giving him some sloppy toppy off of the seven spit treatment, it has to be evidence. It's now your word against his. He sucked my dick. I mean, I sucked his dick. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Prove it. Well, you can't prosecute on that. Ain't no evidence. Ain't no dress. Ain't no eyelash that she got in her possession that got his sperm on it. There is no evidence. And that's why I said what I said about Monica Lewinsky. Had she not had that dress, if she wouldn't have saved that dress, that nasty, dirty, that's a nasty bitch that does that. I'm telling you right now, that bitch saved that dress in her closet because she caught Bill Clinton's nut on it. And she thought it was like a fucking trophy. Now, it worked out for the bitch advantage or whatever. It worked out in her favor. But goddamn, what kind of nasty asshole is that keeps a dress that a nigga shot his load on? Seriously? Who does that? That's just disgusting. Not that, hey, he busted off and on my way home, I took it. No, this bitch had that shit in her closet for weeks. Don't that shit stink out the wild? I ain't never been around no old nut. It's like, man, what the fuck? Who keeps something like that in their closet? That's gross. That's nasty as shit. Maybe 10-minute old nut, I get it. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, hell, even a couple of hours. Hell, next day is all you get. If you still ain't washed, ain't got in the laundry, your nutted on clothes, you a nasty woman or man. I'm just being fair. There's a lot of dudes that can have their own button up or have their turtleneck with the same shit on it, but I'm just saying, if you doing that and you don't clean that or wash that dry clean, I don't care. You have to get that clean. And she tried to use the lie, saying, well, I was waiting till I go to the cleaners. Bitch, something like that, you want to get in the cleaners ASAP. You ain't gonna let no stain like that sit on there and you ain't even washed the shit off or nothing. She left it in pristine condition. Blue dress with some crystallized nut on it. Come on, man. That's dirty. That's nasty. That is just, that's not freaky nasty. That ain't, oh yeah, you look nasty, bitch. Ain't you look nasty, bitch. That ain't that. That ain't, ooh, bitch, what we just did was nasty as fuck. Oh, man, I can't believe you did that, day you did. That, I get that. That ain't that, though. Bitch, you holding on to that shit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. You a nasty bitch. Imagine what your bed is like. Imagine what your drawers is like. Imagine what your bras are like. I bet you her bras so motherfucking dirty because she wearing one every week. Oh, I have 52 bras. I wear one a week. Well, bet I have 26 bras and I just wear one a week and then I rotate them. Bitch, you nasty under titty smelling bitch. That's gross, man.
On the line, she had done what she knew was right for her. She followed conscience and she felt that she was being ignored by the system. At that point, Lanita and I discussed where was this case in terms of criminal charge and where was a possible case in terms of a civil action on her behalf.
In criminal court, it's about punishing the conduct of the perpetrator, deterring this conduct, and essentially making sure it doesn't happen again. In a civil case.
And let me say this. Let me take a minute to educate real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, because men get raped too. This is why it is so important and why they always tell you not to shower and not to wait when you have been sexually assaulted. Take your ass right to the police station. Take your ass right to the hospital. You go either to the police station or you go to the hospital so that they can do what is called a rape kit. Because that rape kit, even though you don't think about it, you may not think about it, you could be in shock or whatever, educating you now. When something like that happens and you get raped, there is a transfer of DNA. Not just in the private areas. There's a transfer from skin, under nails. There's pubic hairs. There's hairs that come from the person, from the assailant to the victim. There is a transfer that takes place. You don't see it per se, but it happens. Even if a man rapes you and puts on a condom, there is still a DNA transfer. There are hairs, there's saliva, there's sweat, there are plenty of things, there's skin, everything that is exchanged between two people. Having some type of sexual assault or some type of intercourse, whatever the case may be, there is an exchange of DNA that takes place, which is why it is so important to help your case to do a rape kit immediately. Immediately. Yes, Falcon, clothes exchange, fibers from clothes get exchanged, all of that. Carpet from the car could take place if you get raped in a car or a dirty ass conversion van or some shit like that. All of that stuff plays a part into the evidence pool. So if you really feel that happened to you, take your ass straight to the police station or to the hospital so that a rape kit can be done, and it ain't no question about it. Get the evidence on your side if that happens. That's just a fact. Ain't no other way around that. Oh, well, I'm going to take a shower first because I'm so ashamed. You fucking yourself over. And then you're going to be talking about they don't believe me. You right, because we ain't got enough evidence. You say you got fucked and you got raped or whatever, but you went home, took a bleach bath, smoked 2 blunts, went shopping, got you some chicken, came back home, went to work for 4 days, and then showed up at the police station. No, it don't work like that. You come home, burn your clothes and all that type of shit. Take your ass to the hospital. Take your ass to the police station. Get you a rape kit done if you have been raped. No matter how humiliating you may feel, no matter how hurt you may be, no matter how post-traumatic stress you may be suffering from, get that rape kit if you've been raped.
A victim of sexual assault is seeking money damages.
I did not want to sue R. Kelly at any time. I wanted him to apologize, or I wanted him to be criminally charged.
Here's my thing. Why is it that women want to control a man? And that's what this comes down to. If this person took advantage of you, he molested you, raped you, forced himself on you, what the fuck does an apology do for you? You beat my ass and you told me I wasn't shit. You stomped my face. Apologize. Apologize to that man. Apologize to that woman. Who wants a fucking apology from a rapist? I don't. I don't. Motherfucker, I go to jail and them motherfuckers from the movie Blood In, Blood Out, motherfucking rape me. An apology ain't gonna do shit. I want blood. Fuck jail. I want fucking blood. It's blood is what I want. I want a pound of flesh, motherfucker. Where's my meat cleaver? I don't want you to give me no apology. You can't tell, ain't enough sorries in the world for it. I want blood. Don't want no money. I want your life. That's all I'm saying. I don't want no money. I want your life. Like Scarface tell you in the song.
Shauna Bolliker, she told me, Lanita, maybe this is bigger than you and me. Have you ever thought about just suing Robert? So everybody had talked about not taking the bitch money, not settling, standing up for yourself. And now I'm being told to contact Susan Loggins.
Hi, I'm attorney Susan E. Loggins. If you have a...
Know who that is, don't you? That's the money lady. She the lady with the bag. That's who she is. She come with that bag of money to make all your pain go away. Right. An apology or jail. But you asking for the bag. Fuck out my face. Memoirs of Broke Hoes. They all say it. They all say the same thing. They all say the same thing. I didn't want to do this. I wanted him to go to jail. I wanted an apology, or I wanted him to go to jail. And then I went and sued and got my $250,000 check. That's what I did, yes. And here's my thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you want that check. I'll get it. However, you need to be upfront with that. Jail ain't gonna make me feel better. Sorry ain't gonna make me feel better. Cut me a check. That's gonna make me get over this. I want to drown myself in $500,000. That's how I get through this. That's all you do. Say it. Don't make it seem like you just this innocent victim and you just don't know what to do and I didn't want to sue, but I did. Bitch, come on now.
Case, we will fight for you.
Suit settlements for silence for victims of R. Kelly's abuse. She definitely has done that on the cheap. And whatever money she made, she took a third of whatever she settled. And that's sort of what happened.
Word got out on the street. You want money from Robert? See Susan Loggins. A non-disclosure agreement would be signed. The girl promised never to speak about it as she took this money. Some people would have a problem with what Susan Loggins did. I think other people would say she was a civil attorney doing her job.
I contacted Susan Loggins and Associates. She was like very aggressive. She was, I don't believe it. I have tried many cases, and this doesn't sound right to me. You're too old, you know.
Where is she wrong? Why wouldn't she say that? Why wouldn't she call a thing a thing? Bitch, you too old, you too ugly. I don't believe this shit. And you just talking about one time and you just suck some dick. I don't believe that. That's not his MO. Now, bitch, if you was maybe 14 or 15 or 16 and you was, you know, average size little girl and you wanted to sing and you hung around and you went to Kenwood or some shit, yeah, bitch, we gonna get this check. Didn't fit the MO, which is why I'm saying, hey, man, you sucking that dick, you can't tell me that no grown-ass woman don't suck no dick now and then ain't gonna suck R. Kelly dick. How many women get to suck a celebrity dick, right? That's exactly what she thinking. She wanted to be around that dude. She wanted to be close to that dude, plain and simple. And I don't think that she ever once said no to sucking that dude's dick. I don't believe that. I believe that there was some fellatio that took place, but I do not believe that she resisted or said no in that entire process. I just don't. When you looking at it like that, let's say he's a sick person and he likes the control part of it. He likes to force himself on him. Okay, where's her saying no, Kelly? No R. Kells, no Roberts, no lesbian R&B thug, no Pied Piper. I'm not doing this. Don't do this. Take your hand off me. You 24, 25 years old. You mean to tell me you can't block a dick suck? Get that dick out of my, get that dick. Whoop, whoop. She should have went Jim Kelly on him. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, 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 oy. And she ran out of it. She could have ran out. Jim Kelly the dick a couple of times, do some blocks, some wax on, wax off. Well, don't wax on, wax off. sand the floor. There you go. Don't do wax on, wax off, because he might think you waxing. Yeah, we ain't gonna wax. But sand the floor, sand the floor, sand the floor. Right to sander, left, right to sander, left to sander. Sand the floor, sand the floor. That's what you do. And run.
She didn't take my case, but she told me that she would send me somewhere. And she sent me to David Pritchard of Salvage Logic and Pritchard. I mean, he had the case settled in 3 months.
How many settlements has R. Kelly done? That right there tells you that he's hiding in plain sight.
Oh, my God.
I mean, a settlement is not legally, you know.
I did what everybody else wanted me to do.
God.
Instead of what I believe for myself.
I know good goddamn well. Oh, that's right. Tom Joyner, punk ass, was the one that started the whole let's mute R. Kelly shit. Now, let me explain something to y'all. For those of you who don't know, the bald-headed, light-skinned man that you just saw, his name is Tom Joyner. Tom Joyner has been a radio show host for at least, 40 years? Easy. I can remember Tom Joyner being on the radio in the 80s. Thing about Tom Joyner is, Tom Joyner was one of the biggest talk show hosts, especially, not talk show hosts, but radio hosts, especially when it came to black music in the country. At one point, Tom Joyner was flying, they called him the Fly Jock. He was flying across the country to do radio shows in Chicago, and I think, was he in Texas or something like that, or Dallas or in LA, one of them. But he was a huge radio host. He was a radio host at WGCI. He was also at, I think it was V103, whatever, but he was getting paid up the asshole. Reason why I say that is because one of the biggest things about Chicago is radio. Everything in Chicago, music-wise, ain't gonna be shit unless you go through the radio. Back then, even before Clear Channel took all the goddamn radio stations and brought them all, everybody had to go through GCI if you wanted to get on the radio. And that dude was the #1 morning radio show host in the country. He was the #1. He was on the #1 show. He was the shit. Oh, he was in Birmingham? Okay. He was the shit. That nigga knew everything about R. Kelly because he was playing music with R. Kelly. R. Kelly was coming to the show, coming into the studio. All that shit was popping. R. Kelly come down there. I know that nigga got pictures with R. Kelly and everything. So he knew that shit too. Then this opportunity came up for him a couple of years ago to get on that mute R. Kelly shit, and he jumped on it. Tom Joyner, you full of shit. I want to say, and I can't, but I want to say that Tom Joyner even had R. Kelly on one of his cruises. He does a cruise every year. The Tom Joyner cruise costs a fuck ton of money. I think the cruise is something like $3,000-$4,000 because he has all kind of artists, black artists, come to the boat to perform. Isley Brothers, OJs. I'm telling y'all, I want to say R. Kelly done been on that cruise, a Tom Joyner cruise. I'm telling you, I want to say it. But I can't say it for sure for a fact because I'd be lying if I did. I ain't going to do that. But he was one of the main people supporting R. Kelly, playing R. Kelly music. And the talk of the town was that he was on this shit, y'all. Everybody knew this shit. If your ass was in the city, you knew this shit. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying.
So, a part of me did not want him to be in trouble, but I did want him to acknowledge that he had wronged me. And it's been like the big thing. Nobody acknowledges that they mess over me.
Now she talking about all her life and all the other shit that didn't happen. How does somebody, I'm just saying, you grown. That's all I'm saying. I don't know for a fact, Everyday Gemini, but I'm telling you, I swear, if I had to bet on it, I'd bet yes. If I had to bet yes or no, I'd bet yes.
Say that you wronged me. Say that I was important. Make me feel like I'm not going crazy like you.
You see this? She's literally trying to work out her shit about her life through R. Kelly. through this situation. That's exactly what she's trying to do. For every man that done overlooked her, every nigga she done liked that done mistreated her, every nigga that she done fucked that ain't called her back, every dick she done sucked, and every nigga that done bust on her face, she wants R. Kelly to pay for it all. And that's how most women are. They get this thing where they make these life choices and all this shit that happens to them as adults, young adults or whatever, and even sometimes when it ain't their fault. But they all have this thing to where they don't want to get counseling for it, but they want a man to pay for it some kind of way. They want him to sacrifice himself, his resources or whatever to make them feel good or to feel better. Because she ain't not once said, I told R. Kelly no, and he forced himself on me, he violated me, and he did this to me. I want that motherfucker to go to jail because that's what the fuck you supposed to do when that happens. Not once said that. She literally wants his attention and wants his acknowledgement, and this is your rapist, supposedly, who wants acknowledgement from the person who raped them. Really?
You know, nobody cared for me. Black women are not allowed to be victims. We are.
Now, bitch, that's a whole lie and a half. You bitches got a whole goddamn 8-part miniseries going on right the fuck now by yourselves, talking about y'all victims, and you talking about you ain't allowed to be. Bitch, how? How you ain't?
It's so funny because we are able to help. We are able to save. We are able to nurture.
Do you hear this shit? So you was nurturing your children when your ass was off at the studio, at the hotel, whatever, waiting on R. Kelly for 8 hours while you had a babysitter babysitting each one of your 3 kids for $60 a night, an episode, or every other day. You nurturing then, right? That's when you're nurturing. When you sitting here dealing with R. Kelly, him counseling you through all of your life troubles and getting you through your divorce with your ex-husband to be, you nurturing then. You saving your kids then while you out in the streets at all times of the night because you went whenever he called and you know that nigga wasn't calling your ass at 9 o'clock in the morning. He was calling you whenever. Studio life is the night life and the wee hours of the morning life. Fact. So you dropping all your shit, putting your life on pause, leaving your 3 kids with some babysitter or whoever would watch them for $20 a watt per hour to do whatever while you went and fucked around with this nigga here. But you nurturing. That's bullshit.
We are able to do everything strong. Yet we can't be anything weak.
You was plenty weak. And if you were strong, you saying you got to be strong all the time, why wouldn't you leave a nigga alone because the nigga didn't talk to your ass for 2 months and the first time he called you went a running? What? That shows your weakness right there. Why the fuck would you go after this dude after he treated you the way that you said he did? That makes no sense whatsoever unless you wanted to get something from him.
But our men can.
Black women are very much disposable in the face of needing to protect the mythology of a celebrity, particularly a black male celebrity who seems to have accomplished anything. So the community gets to keep this mythology.
I signed non-disclosure agreement and I was told not to speak about it ever.
We rely heavily on victim accounts and witness statements to prosecute cases involving sexual assault and domestic violence. I'm here today to encourage victims of sexual assault or domestic violence related to these allegations to please get in touch with our office.
Thanks, Zariah. I appreciate it. That's what's up. Click the like button, y'all. We got almost 500 people watching. Click that like button, people. So look, you telling me that you signed an NDA, and here's where the bullshit comes into play at. She signs a non-disclosure agreement, which means she's going to get this money and she's never to talk about this or to besmirch this dude, his name, or anything like that ever again. For how long? Ever. And you know it's a long time when you take the 4 off the motherfucker. She does that. And then you know why she comes forward? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, this ain't nothing but the truth. She comes forward now because the money's gone. Because if she violates that contract, they could recoup those funds and he could sue her for that money. But when the money's gone, that's why she comes forward. Just like every last one of these broke hoes that got, every last one of these hoes that got NDAs that came forward, it's because they are fucking broke now. And they literally have nothing to lose. So you accuse me of something, you take me to civil court, I then pay you $100,000, or I pay you $10,000, or I pay you $2. You sign this agreement saying you'll never talk about it again. Great. That's giving me your word on paper. And then you go and violate that. Why? For one reason and one reason alone. You broke. You done spent the money. You done jagged off the paper. And now this is an opportunity for you to either get more money out of me in order to keep the terms of the NDA, which is fucking extortion, or you just want to take a chance because you have nothing else to lose because you're already a broke bitch again. And somebody's going to give you $5,000 to talk, $500 to talk. They give you some time on a social media page. They'll give you a book deal. They'll give you a movie deal, or they'll give you a docuseries. Fancy that. That's exactly what they're doing. And that, to me, it leads me to believe that, you can't trust every one fucking word these hoes are saying. If they've literally given their word and they go back on it, that means the bitch lied. She's lying. She's not trustworthy. And the fact that she did that, yes, she may not be lying about everything, but I guarantee you this bitch will lie to make herself look like she's a motherfucking victim again. I guarantee you she will paint, spin, control the narrative to make it look like she was the ultimate victim. I do believe that, which is why I believe that, yes, she sucked that dick. She sure did. 7 spits and all. She surely did. But that don't mean you're a victim because you suck a dick. That's all I'm saying.
The documentary opened the door to justice for all of Kelly's accusers.
The Attorney General called for women who had these experiences to come forward. That was huge.
She had watched all of the show and asked for any witnesses to come forward who had evidence against R. Kelly.
And even Kim Fox, here's where her fuckery is. Because he can sue her, but he can sue her for what? You see what I'm saying, Troy? Troy said, so she just violated that NDA by talking about what he did. Yes. So can he sue her? He can, technically. But the thing is this, what he has to pay for a lawyer to file paperwork and to bring her to court, what does she have? I guarantee you this bitch is living in an apartment somewhere. She probably don't even own her home to where he could sue her and get some of that money back or part of that money back by her having to sell her home. Because you do know that, right? Like if you got a house and it's really your house, it ain't even got to be all paid for. If there's equity in that house, they can go after that equity and have your ass pay that to them so that they can actually get those funds recouped or for whatever they're suing you back for. Civil court is a motherfucker. So the fact that he understands that what he would have to pay for a lawyer to have this motherfucking hub financial record subpoena to find out how much money this bitch actually has, it's going to be pennies anyway. So he's going to wind up paying more in lawyer fees than he would on even a remote amount of what he could get back for the money that was given to her in the agreement. Pennies. That's why they do it. It's a fucking win-win situation for her. Kim Fox is doing this shit because it's going to help her make her bones on this. She's going to get notoriety. She's just going to help elevate her and create a platform for her because she'll be known as the chick who started the whole R. Kelly Me Too part, the surviving R. Kelly part. She took clear advantage of that. That's exactly why she's in it. So it's a win for her. It's a win-win for her. Yeah, I'll take these bitches' statements that's violating these NDAs. Why? Because it's going to help me. It's going to make a name for myself. It's going to put me out there. I'm going to get plenty of attention, plenty of press. Hell yeah, let's do it. That's exactly what that does for her.
People watch a documentary and think, well, now all of a sudden something's going to happen. 99% of our cases rely on victims and witnesses coming forward and telling their stories. That it wasn't enough that someone watched something on television and think that something would happen. In order for us to prosecute cases of sexual abuse or sexual assault, regardless of who the offender may be, we need victims and witnesses to come forward.
She just wanted all those individuals.
You know, it's coming. Absolutely, it's coming.
Please come forward.
Someone text me, Lanita, did you see the news?
There's nothing that can be done
smiled.
to investigate these allegations.
For somebody that's been so damaged and just been ruined, and what did she say? Crushed. Her life has been crushed because of Robert Kelly's. Why would she still be just? Why would something like that be tantalizing to her, be inviting to her, be exciting for her? She's like, yeah, I can go and see what I can tell on this shit. Yeah, that's what's up. You see what I mean? It's bullshit, man.
Without the cooperation of both victims and witnesses.
I said to myself, if this comes up again, I'll have to move on it.
Wow.
The first time I broke the non-disclosure agreement was when I did an interview for CBS.
One of the anonymous accusers in R. Kelly's criminal case is speaking out publicly for the very first time.
Celebrities are powerful.
I'll be right back.
Celebrities have support systems. I have no support system outside of my immediate family. I did think that I would go to jail for, in fact, speaking out.
She signed an agreement not to speak. How is she able to speak now? Is she just disregarding that?
She's disregarding that agreement. And again, it's a process for her. She heard the call from the state attorney and she said, you know what? He gets to talk about what he says is his truth. I'm going to speak out.
Money does not heal you. Money does not what you feel. I took the chance of going to jail because I had already imprisoned myself. So I was already in jail. How can you lock up somebody who already locked up?
It's about holding people accountable for their behavior. And it's about the fact that in the history of American society, women who are survivors of abuse rarely see their abusers get held accountable.
In myself speaking out, I hope to help someone, but most importantly, myself. I've always wanted to be a nurse, and I've always tried to go to school to be a nurse, and life always got in the way. Education saved my life.
Did I miss some fuck shit? She clearly admitted. All right, I gotta take it back then. Let me take it back a second.
The anonymous accusers in R. Kelly's criminal case is speaking out publicly for the very first time.
Celebrities are powerful. Celebrities have support systems. I have no support system outside of my immediate family. I did think that I would go to jail for, in fact, speaking out.
She signed an agreement not to speak. How is she able to speak now? Is she just disregarding that?
She's disregarding that agreement. And again, it's a process for her. She heard the call from the state attorney and she said, you know what? He gets to talk about what he says is his truth. I'm going to speak out.
Do you see how she's able to just take advantage of the law like that? And look, people, it's 500 people watching, man. Click the like button. Click that like button for your boy. Come on now. I done earned a like at least. Thank you for those who donated, but click that like button. But look at how she just literally has the ability, because she broke, to just say, I don't have no support system outside of my immediate family. Who the fuck else does? She was just talking about earlier how she's all alone. It's just me. I don't have nobody. Bitch, you're not a celebrity. Of course you don't have money to pay people to be on your team. People just don't be on your team just to be on it. Who does? Who has that? Come on, man. That's insane for her to even think that what she's saying makes sense. It does not. Bitch, you don't have nobody but your immediate family? Okay, that's why they call it your immediate family. That's what your family is. What kind of support are you looking for? For somebody to take care of you and your 3 kids? Oh, R. Kelly just paid you to do that. You mismanaged the money. You fucked off the money. You put yourself in that situation. Still got some money for it. And what did you do? Fucked it up. And now you're right back at it. Trying to get more. How much fucking money do you need? How many fuck ups do you get that other people have to pay for? Because I'm quite sure doing all of this, she collecting a government check of some kind that she divorced her husband and she making $20 a hair braid. Cash. Come on, man. And the fact that they told she thought she would go to jail because she knows she deserved to. Because what she did was some fuck shit too. Which is why I have no remorse and no sympathy for her. She did that fuck shit. She went and signed that NDA. If you wanted him to go to jail, if you ultimately wanted him to pay, then you should have been like, fuck it. No, nigga, you need to go to jail. And the fact that you didn't have enough evidence, I get it. Take your money and shut the fuck up. Because I'm sure it was thousands of dollars for that dick suck. You suck dick for a lot less. That's just a fact. If you got $1,000 in your settlement, bitch, $1,000 blowjob, come on here now. You gave a fucking celebrity that you went around, you wanted to be around, you contacted consistently, even after he cut your ass off, you kept blowing his fucking phone up so that you could be around him, and then sucked his dick and got mad for whatever reason or whatever happened, felt you shouldn't have, didn't say no, cool, I get it, let's just call it a breakdown in communication. But then you got paid for sucking the man's dick one time. What the fuck else do you want, lady? Seriously?
Money does not heal you. Money does not what you feel. I took the chance of going to jail because I had already imprisoned myself. So I was already...
You imprisoned yourself by sucking a dick one time. Right. Okay. So head is a prison. Dick sucking is a prison. That's what we're saying now. You go suck a dick and get paid for it. That's a prison. That's jail.
In jail. How can you lock up somebody who already locked up?
It's about holding people accountable for their behavior. And it's about the fact that in the history of American society, women who are survivors of abuse rarely see their abusers get held accountable.
Here's the thing. So, Lanisha, if she breaks that agreement, what happens to her? What's supposed to happen to her is that she's supposed to get sued, and she should have to recoup that money and could possibly get sued for more money for damages. Or she could potentially go to jail, but I've yet to ever see that. Problem with that is, like I just explained before, if she's broke as fuck, what can you sue her for? All you're doing is paying for the process to sue her and bring her to court, which is why she did what she did. Which is why when she probably went and talked to those lawyers, when she talked to the people at ABC, they told her that. Ma'am, do you have money? Do you have any substantial amounts of money? No, I don't. He can't do anything to you, ma'am. They told her just what I'm telling you. What he would have to spend in lawyer fees, going back and forth to court, paying, because he ain't going to file that paperwork himself. He got to pay a lawyer to do it. He ain't got time for that shit, and he's too dumb to do it anyway. What he would have to do and what he would have to spend to do it, it's not worth it. And any lawyer, even if the lawyer's on fucking retainer, is going to tell you, it ain't worth it, bro. Let this one ride. Ain't nothing we can do. We paid her. She violated the shit. That's it. The money's gone, apparently. Now, if he wrote that check to her and that bitch spent the money a month later or 2 days later and she went public and told that shit, yeah, you can go get that bread back. And she'll be broke and that's it. Ain't gonna be no more civil court. But ain't nothing he can do now.
In myself speaking out, I hope to help someone, but most importantly, myself. I've always wanted to be a nurse, and I've always tried to go to school to be a nurse, and life always got in the way.
No, you fucking and having 3 kids got in the way. No, you wanting to go and follow motherfucking R. Kelly to braid hair got in the way. No, you leaving your kids to be with a $60 an hour babysitter, you could have had taken your ass to school to do that shit. That's what the fuck got in the way. What got in the way of you becoming a nurse was your ass. Was your ass not doing what the fuck you should have been doing when you was fucking 17, 18 years old. Instead of you going to school, going to college, you was going to get dick. That's your problem. Like most young black girls, that's what they do. I ain't trying to go earn shit for myself. I don't want to have no career for myself. I want to fuck, get high, and get shit from niggas until I can't no more. And then I'm going to get shit from the government and then still try to get shit from these niggas by having their kids. And blame everything that they don't do on them and on the world. Blame everything that I don't become on the world. It's never my fault. And she's yet to say that one time. Life just got in the way. Bitch, who in control of your life? You are. You making these choices. Come on here now.
Education saved my life. It helps you learn how to love yourself. I am a nurse, and I advocate for so many people, and I never advocated for myself. I needed to start the process of healing, and so this is my first part of healing.
There is the real risk that women rightfully feel that if they come forward, what am I going to lose? You risk your place in the community. You risk being ostracized. This moment says that those voices and those people who were harmed and injured and then had the bravery to come forward and say, yes, this happened to me, they deserve this moment. They deserve this moment. And we have to know that there is some possibility that if we come forward about the ways that we've been assaulted, that something is going to be done.
R. Kelly, what do you want to say to your fans?
What do you say to the Chicago?
Are you innocent?
R&B singer R. Kelly is now in police custody.
R. Kelly, le chanteur de R&B.
Súlyos bította vádat R. Kelly.
Hey, look,
Robert Kelly.
you know you done fucked up when other motherfuckers are talking about your ass in motherfucking different languages. R. Kelly, Han Hoot, Han Fotten, Sluten, Han Stuten. You fucking up when your ass is in trouble when you got that kind of shit happening. Thank you, classy young man. I appreciate that. When they talking about your ass in other languages, you fucking up. Han Fluten Stuten, Hagen Duten, Han Stuten Booten, R. Kelly, Hooten Stuten Booten, R. Kelly sex scandal, Booten Stuten. That's your ass. You in trouble, nigga. You better have a lawyer. If that shit is happening to you, you are in trouble, my friend. Get you a team of lawyers. You wake up and they told your lawyer, tell you how we got it, man. You be all right. You get out of jail and you get on your phone and you see some Swedish bitch talking about or some German motherfucker talking about Gunflagen, Hagen, Bugen, Stugenbergen, R. Kelly, Stugen, Flagen, sex scandal, Lurgen, Turgen, underage girl, Bugen, Stugen. You better get the fuck out, nigga. Like, hey, look, I gotta get the. Hey, take me to the airport, man. I'm taking this private jet, and I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to Plaxico Burrs. I'm going some the fuck where else out of here. That's what I better do. That's all I got to say.
Earlier today, Robert Kelly was indicted before a Cook County grand jury on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 victims.
I was surprised when he was charged. Most folks see and accept as abusers or perpetrators over and over again getting away with these kind of crimes. So I think this time around, folks want to get it right.
Mr. Kelly is strong. He's got a lot of support, and he's going to be vindicated on all these charges. I think all the women are lying. Yes, this has become, hey, R. Kelly. I can say R. Kelly did something off of R. Kelly.
The 52-year-old performer turned himself into Chicago police Friday night. He is being charged with 10 counts of felony sexual abuse. Each of
Man, so this dude been in and out of jail for over a year now. Damn, that's fucked up. But look, here's the thing. Like the lady would say, I wanted to address this part. What the lady said about women don't come forward. Women, there needs to be something done when women do this. Here's the problem with that. And this is why our justice system ain't the best. And it don't always work right. But this is why we got to have something like this in place. If it was a thing of just a woman saying something happened, which is how shit is moving now, look at the Me Too movement. A woman don't got to have no evidence. A woman don't have to have no type of substantial evidence. All she has to do is say the word. She says the word, and you get locked up, you get fired from your job, you lose your job, you lose your pension, you lose everything instantaneously. The problem with that is, and this is why I don't feel sorry for motherfuckers in this situation, is because women lie. They lie. They lie to hurt your ass. They lie because they depressed. They lie because they want some shit. They lie because they lazy. They lie because they want to get something for nothing. They fucking lie. And I'm not just saying this to say it. I'm saying it because it's true. I'm saying it because it's happened time and time again. We've seen women lie on numerous occasions. Then once they get found out and caught lying, don't shit happen to them because they say, I was hurt. I was just confused. I was abused as a kid. I had to suck a dick in a studio of a famous man before when I was 25, and I ain't been right since. That's what the problem is with that. If women were honorable, if women were honest, if women told the truth, hell, they wouldn't necessarily even have to file police reports. It would be men taking up for their ass because they know they was fucking righteous. But we don't live in that kind of world. Men lie and women lie. But the fact of the matter is, women can tell a half truth, a half a lie, and here's where the problem is. A man's life is instantly taken from him. His livelihood is taken from him. His ability to feed his family, to feed his kids, to feed his lifestyle, all of that is stripped from him. These women out here in this Me Too movement didn't just say, well, we got the evidence, let's let the courts figure it out. Nope, let's stop playing his music. Let's make him not get no money. And this man has children that he has to pay child support for. And that's the thing about, and that's why I don't say this is a feminist movement. It's not. It's female supremacy. Women truly think that they are better than men and they deserve everything over a man. They want to destroy him. They want to take everything he has. They don't want justice. They want just us to have all his shit. They just want all his shit. That ain't justice. That's just wanting. That's what this has become. That's why I said these are witch hunts. Motherfucker just say you're a rapist and that's it. Motherfucker say you touched them, whether it's 2 days ago or 20 years ago. Bill Cosby. Even though he fucked up by talking to the police like a dumbass because he literally thought he was bigger than life. I'm fucking Bill Cosby. I'm America's dad. You okay, motherfucker? You went in there, motherfucker. I drugged a woman or two back in the day. That's what we did. We popped mollies. Well, back then we called them uppers and downers. Okay, motherfucker. You gonna wake up, nigga. Nigga, wake up call. Let's go. Come on. You think you that big? We'll show you. We'll knock you back down a few pegs. Michael Jackson dead and gone? Hey, Oprah, why don't you do a special about it? Sure, I will do a special about it. Oh, hello, everybody. It's Oprah, and we're talking about Michael. Yes, he's been on my show. Yes, I've been in his house, and yes, he's dead, but who cares? We're going to get some ratings, and we're going to do this big show. There we go. Oh. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. So that's why people shouldn't just be too quick. If a woman says some shit, we take her word as bond. And I ain't just talking about just black women lie. Look at fucking Rosewood. A fucking whole entire black community. A whole fucking city of Rosewood decimated. Reduced to rubble. Burned to the fucking ground. Hundreds of people fucking slaughtered. Why? Because a white bitch getting some dick from an ain't shit white boy lied and said it was a nigga that did it. He was so black and big. That bitch came out that motherfucker after getting dicked down by that ain't shit nigga who beat her ass because she was like, you ain't gonna leave. You just gonna fuck me and leave. Yeah, bitch, you got a husband. I'm out. I hate you. Get your ass out there. He beat her ass. Next thing you know, she coming outside. Nigga! He was so big and so black, oh, and he just raped me and fucked the cowboy shit out of me. Nigga! That's what she did. Next thing you know, Florida Evans sitting there on the porch talking about, I was midwife to half of you and nursed most of you. Now, y'all know that boy was white. Pow! She got shot for telling the goddamn truth. Y'all know this ain't no nigga that would do nothing like this, rape that little young bitch. Y'all know this. That's what happened. That's why you can't just take any motherfucker's word for it. You just can't. And I get the whole, well, we're victims too because of that. Bullshit. Best thing for you to do, if you think a motherfucker won't believe you, you think people don't give a shit about you, don't put yourself in fucked up situations. So if something fucked up does happen to you, it's so out of the norm and it's so fucking it's gonna be so out of left field that a motherfucker ain't gonna have nothing, no reason but to believe you. You say Molly got raped in an alley. They found her there laying there. Well, we know Molly don't never walk down no alley. You say she got beat up? Yeah, you know, she fought the motherfucker off. She had all kind of blood and shit on her nails. Oh, yeah, motherfucker did rape her. Then let's go find a nigga who got some scratches on his arm and we fuck him up. You gonna do something. As opposed to hanging out with the nigga again, going to kick it with him. Then once you suck a dick you don't want to suck, you don't say nothing. You just suck it, then go tell your brother. Go beat his ass. I want him to say he's sorry. I want him to apologize. Fuck it. Just give me some money. Sounding like Snagglepuss. Give me some money. I want you to go beat him up. I want you to kick his ass.
Which carries with it 3 to 7 years in prison.
It's a bunch of disgruntled people who are looking for their 15 minutes of TMZ fame. There's no facts to back up these claims.
So many people saw the Surviving R. Kelly documentary and thought, why isn't he in jail?
That was so significant because while our particular goal had always been about trying to convince the Black community to financially divest itself from R. Kelly.
Why? Here's my whole thing. Why would you want the Black community to divest itself from R. Kelly? And I know some smart ass fucker that's watching this right now that probably haven't clicked the like, but should anyway, because I'm giving some kick ass commentary. But you're watching that, you'll say, well, because he's a danger to the Black community. Because he's a problem and he hurting Black people in the community. Well, so is fucking Nike. So is fucking Burger King. So is fucking McDonald's. So is the fucking Arab store that sells nothing but bullshit quarter juices that's all nothing but fucking high fructose corn syrup. So is all the other fuck shit that goes on in the community, but we don't diverse ourselves from those places either. So are the fucking drug dealers, but we don't die. We still go get our weed from our boy though. We still, even though he sell coke and heroin, we still fucks with him on the weed though. Well, I fuck with him on the weed, but I ain't going over to get no white girl. Now I let that white girl go. He can have that white girl. You see what I'm saying? We will pick and choose the shit that we participate in or don't participate in simply and literally based on if we like them or not, or if the women is cool with them or not. Literally, all these bitches done fucked and sucked to a song on one of this nigga's many platinum hit selling albums. All of these women done went and tried to get on this tour bus, probably have fucked, probably have sucked somebody in his camp or him himself, and now they don't like him. Because he ain't pick her. He ain't pick me that night when we was at the club at Paget's and he ain't say shit. I tried to get up with him, but that motherfucker ain't pick me off. Fuck him. We should mute his ass. Women will do some fuck shit to a nigga just because they don't like him, or not necessarily like him because he won't do what they want him to do. Think about when a dude will come out and say, I only fuck with white women. Think about when a dude said, when that was who was that? The dude with the fucked up ankles that get hurt all the time but can ball his ass off. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving said, no black women at my party. Black women lost their fucking minds. Meghan Markle go wear a white boy, black women celebrating. Serena Williams go marry a white boy, black women celebrating. Eve go marry a white boy, black women celebrating. You got yours, girl. Maya Angelou go marry 3 or 4 white boys, they still celebrating. Where's the mute Maya Angelou? Where's the let's boycott Maya Angelou? Yeah, I know that bitch a phenomenal woman, but she ain't no phenomenal woman with no white man. Fuck her. We ain't with her. Put on the Nicki Minaj. That's my still I rise. With this weed, bitch. That's how I rise. Just saying. Motherfuckers say anything about a black woman, about why they don't have the preference for them. Instant enemy. They Thanos in your ass. Nigga career and everything. Michael B. Jordan. Black woman, white woman. Want to Thanos him. But fortunately enough, the nigga was too big of a star. Just that simple. The dude who played, what's the black dude, the black bulletproof dude? What's the name of the show that was on Netflix? Good ass show. Had the bad guys Diamondback. I can't think of the damn dude name. Somebody got it for me though. It was Diamondback and Cottonmouth. Dude with the hoodie, bulletproof motherfucker. The fuck was his name? But somebody think of it. That dude said he had a girlfriend. Luke Cage, thank you, Daquan. He had a girlfriend. Bitches got salty. They found out the bitch was white. They lost their mind. I mean, he didn't have a girlfriend. I think he married to that white girl. Find out he was married to a white girl. Bitches instantly like, fuck that. We ain't fucking with him. Bitches tried to boycott Panther because of who that nigga Michael B. Jordan wanted to fucking date. Black women date a white boy, no smoke. Black dude date a white woman, fucking forest fire. It's fucking Australia. Black dude dated well with his fucking Australia.
The overall goal has always been so that charges can be brought against him and he can be brought to justice. Because his victims deserve it. The ones who've come forward and the many who have not. They deserve this justice.
It ain't justice. It's just want everything he got. That's it.
Are you innocent?
As far as a sentence, Kelly's facing 3 to 7 years in prison for each count of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. He's facing a fine of up to $25,000 on each count, and he's facing sex registration. There are 4 victims in this case. One is Jerhonda Pace.
Jerhonda was a 15-year-old super fan, her language, to attend every day of Kelly's public trial. The sheriff's officers were supposed to be carding at the door so nobody under 18 was admitted. Jerhonda lied about her age. 6 months or so after the trial ended, after the acquittal, he initiates sexual contact with her.
If you're trying to just walk away with just blaming R. Kelly, then you are out of touch. Parents need to know where your kids are. I am a grown-ass man who travels around the world. My mother knows where I am now.
I would ask their parents. I would question.
Cold hard facts. Cold hard facts. And not to say that he's what he's saying, and the point that he's proving is that he a grown-ass, old-ass nigga. And his mom knows where he's at. That's just saying, hey, the relationship I got with my mama probably ain't married, whatever, but she know where I'm at. How the fuck do you have a minor and don't know where the fuck the minor is 24/7? How the fuck do you have a kid and don't know where your kid is? And if your kid is somewhere, how the fuck ain't you with him or her? That's the point to this. Because if those parents would have been with their children, this shit wouldn't have happened. That's the point to all of this. Are we just trying to see and make one person pay for this, or are we trying to prevent this? That's the question. There's a kid right now being assaulted, raped, molested, trafficked, or whatever right now. And the main reason why it's happening is because the parent ain't there, or the parent's partaking in serving the kid up. Parents are the gatekeepers to children. They grant access, or they totally disregard all responsibility and feed the kid to the fucking wolves. That's what this is about. That's why I'm coming so hard at this shit. Fuck all this victim shit. Bitch, you pursued the man. As a kid, your parents wasn't shit, and they left you out in the world to fucking be savage and ravaged by savages. Not savaged and ravaged by savages. What kind of shit is that? But ravaged by savages. And click the goddamn like button, y'all. Come on here now. Don't do this to me. I have 515 watching and 246 likes. Click that like button.
Question them, and I would say, why did you allow your daughter to go through this abuse? What were your motives as parents? And why didn't you help your daughter?
Choosing men and being in relationships that are ultimately harmful. These are points of
help your daughter.
Choosing men and being
language from to attend every day of Kelly's public trial. The sheriff's officers were supposed to be carding at the door so nobody under 18 was admitted.
Ain't nobody going to jail for that shit, is it? And you could go, you hear that? He said that the sheriffs were supposed to be carding the people that were coming into the courtroom for his trial, and they didn't. You could literally go back and see what bailiffs and what sheriff's deputies were on the actual assigned to that courtroom and actually work those days of him being in court. You can review the footage and physically see the fucking sheriffs that were working on those court dates. And ain't none of them being held accountable. Ain't none of them having no charges pressed, because if they would have did their job, there would have never been a connection. If the parents would have did their job, there would have never been a connection. Who the fuck lets their daughter go and see the trial and go to all of the court dates of a man who's being charged with statutory rape? Who lets their daughter go do that? Bitch, cutting school, going to court, following R. Kelly, finds R. Kelly, gets connected with R. Kelly, fucks R. Kelly, and now says she's a victim. How the fuck does that happen? How do we get there?
Jerhonda lied about her age. 6 months or so after the trial ended, after the acquittal, he initiates sexual contact with her.
How did he initiate sexual contact? Must have had a phone number, must have had a pager number, must have had something. How did he get it? Did he look her up in the white pages? No. The bitch met him and gave it to him. She found somebody in his camp, gave it to him. She wanted his dick. She wanted to fuck this man. And there's something that needs to be said about that. A 14 or 15-year-old girl that wants to have sex with a grown man, it happens. We try to act like that shit is just absurd. It doesn't. It does all the time.
If you're trying to just walk away with just blaming R. Kelly, then you are out of touch. Parents need to know where your kids are. I am a grown-ass man who travels around the world. My mother knows where I am now.
I would ask their parent.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying, Lanisha. She said schools call if you absent. Yes, they do. Not only do they call, they send you you get a report with your child's report card every 10 weeks. You get an attendance report with that. There's an attendance record that shows how many days your kid was absent. After your kid has been absent so many days, you can go back and see, why the fuck were you absent these days? And I didn't know. So it happens. So she knew, the parents knew. They didn't give a fuck because they saw an opportunity to get money.
I would question them, and I would say, why did you allow your daughter to go through this abuse? What were your motives as parents? And why didn't you help your daughter?
Choosing men and being in relationships that are ultimately harmful, these are points of decisions. But what's important to remember is that the material that they're making decisions with is corrupted.
Here's the thing. Our society has recognized that women are physically the weaker vessels. They are physically weaker. They are not as strong as men. And because of that, there are plenty of laws in place. There are plenty of gates in place to keep that balance. Because if it was back in the before the humans got civilized, it would just be a matter of force. If I want to fuck you, I'm gonna grab you and fuck you, and you gonna let me, or I'm gonna beat your ass until you let me. Unless it's a bigger motherfucker protecting you, I'm fucking. Unless it's a better fighter protecting you, I'm fucking. We don't live in that society anymore. We have all kind of stopgaps in place to help you protect yourself and your children as women. That's why there are mandatory attendance reports. That's why you get to call the police. That's why you get all of these different things where you don't have to show yourself as the accuser. You got all this shit in place. But then you go outside of that, make a bunch of fucked up choices, and then still say, I'm a victim. I didn't know he would not, just get rid of me, or he would ask me for support. Come on now, man. We adults. And we should know better. And if you got a child that don't know that much, don't have that much life experience, you should shelter that kid from being in that environment. But if you're an ancient parent and you let your kid grow up fast and your kid is at 15 doing shit that a 19-year-old do, how can that kid be a victim? No, you need to be held responsible and accountable for the fucked up shit you've allowed for your child to be exposed to.
Honestly, I had never received counseling for everything I've been through. From the time I was sexually abused at age 4, 6.
Where the fuck was R. Kelly? Did R. Kelly do that shit? Did you hear that shit? I was abused at age 4. Where the fuck was R. Kelly? R. Kelly didn't do that. And I guarantee you the motherfucker that did it to her ain't in jail.
6 and 8, and then Rob, he abused me again at 16. So abuse was my comfort zone growing up.
World, my mother, world, my mother knows world, my mother knows where I am now.
I would ask their parents.
I was sexually abused, by a family.
World, my mother knows where I am now.
I would ask their parents, I would question them, and I would say, why did you allow your daughter to go through this abuse? What were your motives as parents, and why didn't you help your daughter?
Choosing men and being in relationships that are ultimately harmful, these are points of decisions, but what's important to remember is that
No, there is no fucking but. It's just what you said.
Material that they're making decisions with is corrupted.
Honestly, I had never received counseling for everything I've been through. From the time I was sexually abused at age 4, 6, and 8, and then Rob, he abused me again at 16. So abuse was my comfort zone growing up. I knew my mom was a nonchalant mom. I knew she was one of those that didn't care.
She telling it, y'all. She just said it. So if her mama don't care and her daddy ain't there, what the fuck you think is gonna happen? Seriously, look at Rob. His mama wasn't there. His daddy wasn't there. Look what the fuck happened. We have got to start taking parenting and the fact that both parents, especially the father, are important in raising our children. Because when we don't, this is what happens to them. And we should be even more offended at the fact that our government encourages the separation of our families. You should not get a fucking incentive for not being together as a family. You get more off your tax, you get a bigger tax return when you ain't together. You get more government assistance when you ain't together. I wonder why that is. You get to tax the man more when y'all ain't together. I wonder why that is.
Like, she didn't care whether or not I showed up. So, like, what I was going through, it didn't matter.
It didn't.
When you come from a broken home, it's like a part of you.
I'm gonna stop for that, Lanisha. She said if R. Kelly worked at McDonald's, this wouldn't be happening. And she's 1,000% correct. You know why? Because broke bitches don't go and sue broke niggas. Broke hoes don't sue broke niggas. Because all of the motherfuckers that touched her at 4, that touched her at 6, them motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be found in nobody's jail cell, I guarantee it. Because she had a nonchalant mom. So the only reason why they are even attempting this, the only reason why they are coming forward is because of the financial opportunity. The only reason why these bitches have kids and live the single mother life is because of the financial benefits. That's what they are doing it for. This is the only place in the country, in the world, where you can lay on your back, get a baby by any random nigga, and get food, clothing, and shelter for free. Using your pussy, laying on your back, having a kid, gets you free shit. That's why they keep doing it.
Knows when somebody else is broken or if they come from a broken home. And what Rob did was normal.
You hear that? She telling it, y'all. I'm so used to being fucked on by my relatives. What Rob did was just the same as everybody else. I was so used to being fucked on by my uncles, by my cousins, by my friend across the street, by my next door neighbor, by my uncle's friends, by my daddy, by my pastor, by whoever the fuck wanted to fuck me and could get me alone. I was used to it to where it was second nature to me. It became the way that I function. How many times do I keep saying that shit? We keep learning to function in our dysfunction. That's due to the environment that we in. Who controls the environment that you live in? Your fucking parents. Or, in this case, parent. Your strong single mother. Your strong single parent that nurture, care for, save, protect. Yeah, right, bitch. Because I bet I would highly suspect that Lanita's kids have gotten taken advantage of. Because she wasn't there.
When I started out with Rob, I didn't get this overly sexual guy. It was more, I care about you, you've been through this, and I want to protect you from all of that stuff. He offered me security, he offered me protection, and it's something that I didn't have growing up. If he wasn't starving me, he was asking me if I ate. I was so grateful for that. Like, he actually asked me if I ate. Like, my mom has never in life, to this day, she has never asked me if I ate.
Wow.
So I was like, that is something. And it was those small things that meant the most to me.
Do y'all hear her? She's telling the honest to God truth. And nobody still wants to hold her mother accountable. Because if you brought her mama to a stage, to a show, you know what her mama would do? She would just cry and say she didn't know no better. And you know what the show host would do? Would cry with her and say, I understand and it's okay. And thank you for telling your story. That's exactly what this shit would be.
He did speak about how bad his childhood was growing up, how he was sexually abused as a child. He was talking about some pretty dark times in his life and how he was just never able to find someone that he could trust. But when it came to me,
he told me about him being abused, how we shared similar paths. So he made me feel safe and comfortable, and he promised me that he would never be like the other men in my life.
As a child, I was sexually abused, by a family member as well. So when he opened up, I felt a connection to him because of that. That manipulation goes so, look at me still to...
Do y'all hear what's being said? This is like they telling on themselves. Thank you, DJ. He's not a fucking orphanage facility. It is not his responsibility to take care of these motherfuckers. Here's the thing. Hurt people hurt people. The same shit happened to him. That's the common bond here. I was molested, you was molested. What do? We get together. Don't matter how fucking old you are, we share the same life. Sprinkle some fucking stardom and some money on that shit. You goddamn right they gonna be attracted to that. You goddamn right he's gonna take advantage of that. Because he was preyed upon too. Wouldn't it be natural for him to become a predator? I would think so. Especially because he has money and power. Wouldn't it be something for her to be attracted to that because she looks at that money and power as security? Because like she said, I'd never been taken care of before. Nobody ever even fucking looked out for me before, not even my own fucking mother. All of these girls are telling stories about them living on the streets, being taken advantage of, being abused while they were little, being abused here, being abused. Bitch, y'all were already victims. The fuck is y'all talking about here? Why are y'all trying to feel sorry for and make it seem like R. Kelly's the worst motherfucker of all time? And these women are clearly telling you, no, I was fucked up before I got with this nigga. Me getting with this nigga was just the effect and the residuals of me being fucked up. You can't be a fucking victim and then be a victim and then get with a victim and then cry that you're a victim. It don't work like that. This ain't about me taking up for R. Kelly. This is about me looking at and being righteous for victims, period. And you got a bunch of hurt fucking people, a bunch of abused people who all had ain't shit parents, and they getting together with the same fucked up behavior, and now we're wondering, why is this fucked up? And the only reason why we're doing this is because this nigga got money and because he's a man, period. If this was some rich bitch, we wouldn't even be here. I.e., Asia Argento. Never heard anything else about her, have we? Bitch was the spark for Me Too. The original Me Too. Found out the bitch was doing the same thing. What happened then? Nothing. We just fade to black. Let her disappear into the bushes like Homer. And that's it.
Today, I still am talking about the little boy that I feel needs to be saved.
If a perpetrator appears broken, he doesn't come off as a threat. They might be thinking they're going to take care and they're going to love and they're going to be the comfort for him.
No, it's called codependency. It's codependency. They both fucked up, and even though they are both fucked up, they still try to, in some shape, form, or fashion, take care of each other. But because they're fucked up, they can't. It's just like two fucking crackheads. You get a man crackhead, a woman crackhead, yeah, they'll get together, they'll get high, but eventually they're going to do some crackhead shit to each other. Why? Because they are fucked up. It ain't his fault that he beat his crackhead girlfriend up. It's the fucking crack. He thinks that's what comes along with it. He thinks that's how it's supposed to go. The same shit happened to R. Kelly. Why would you think or expect him to be better than what he was raised in? That's insane. If you can find justice for Centoya Brown, who killed a motherfucker in cold blood, she ain't never had a motherfucker kill her before. She ain't never had a motherfucker shoot her and rob her and run off before. But she did that fuck shit, and they got off with it. Why? Because they said she was sexually abused. So you being sexually abused caused you to shoot a sleeping motherfucking man who did not have sex with you in the head, and then after you shoot the motherfucker, you go and take his car, take his money, take his gun, take all his shit, go get your friends, and y'all ride the fuck around. Right. She's a victim, though. But not the young 7-year-old boy who was forced to fuck his sister. He's not a victim. He should know better because he got money and he famous. And we could take his money and shit. It's fucking asinine, man. And that's why I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing.
It's just such a manipulation that I've never seen before like that. Like, he's mastered that.
He could have a party in the house, and he would just look for the one that's kind of off to the side, not mingling too much, and like, okay, this person just over there keeping to themselves. You're hiding something or you're uncomfortable, and he would go grab that person. And it was usually the youngest one in the room.
Robert can smell
on everything. That's facts. Several people that I know that were in his camp, that was around him, said the same exact shit. They said you could be at an album release party with that nigga, and it's plenty of bitches there. Champagne flowing, it's a fucking party going on, and you ain't gonna see that nigga with the finest bitch in the room. You gonna see that nigga with the little girl that got acne on her face and ain't saying shit. That's exactly what I've been told by people that were in his camp. Real talk. I believe that 1,000%.
a wounded woman a mile away.
It was a different side of him that I seen. I didn't expect him to be this monster. I didn't expect him to grow up and not have my father present, and to just have, a positive mother present, then to just all of a sudden have R. Kelly choose you. It was a high for me. It was like the highlight of my life. Like, you don't understand. Like, this is R. Kelly.
Facts. Now she's telling the fucking truth. She's telling the truth. She's acknowledging what it is. She's acknowledging what she did. She is the first person to come through and tell this shit like it is. You were enamored by this dude. You were fascinated by this dude. This dude was a fucking star, and he chose your ass. That's fucking a daunting thing to happen to a young girl. And he knew that shit because he was fucked up too.
Chose me. Nobody in my life had valued me. When I graduated, nobody showed up for my graduation. And it was like, I was always the ugly duckling. I was always looked over, and Rob, he just treated me so much better than, my family had treated me.
Often what we see is that what starts off as comforting and warm and loving, that begins to lay the groundwork for the oncoming and upcoming abuse.
It was a different side of him that I seen that I did not expect. I was just scared.
And that's the thing, man. He is a person who he's doing this thing, and he has this power, he has this celebrity, he has this stardom, and he's in a position to where he can do things. He can provide the basic necessities that women are attracted to. Food, clothing, shelter, protection. He can provide those things. I can keep you safe with me. We can have the best things that the world has to offer. We can eat at the best restaurants. We can shop at the best stores. We can have the best vehicles. We can have the best jewelry. I can afford all of this. We get VIP treatment everywhere we go. Hell, that's attractive to a 40-year-old bitch, let alone a 14-year-old. Let alone a 25-year-old. Let alone a 34-year-old. They gonna all be attracted to that. It's a lifestyle that most don't have, ain't never seen, and would never even have the concept of ever having. She just said, I ain't never had a motherfucker even give a shit about me. And he did. And he's a motherfucker that's at the top of the music charts on TV every goddamn other day. Got 30,000 videos and all this shit going on. And everybody wants to like him and be with him, go to his show, screaming his name. He chose me. Come on. And he chose them just because of that. That was me. The little quiet motherfucker off to the side that motherfuckers didn't do shit for, only abused when they and took shit from me and did shit to me. And made me do shit to them. I was picked on just like and overlooked just like they were. That's why I stayed in the house. Because I go outside in the hood, I get my ass beat.
You're not allowed to speak to any other man. You're not allowed to speak to friends or family. You can only use the cell phone I give you. You must ask my permission to go to the bathroom or to take a drink. And if you break my rules, you are punished physically and mentally.
Anytime Robert and him becoming physical with me, I knew I couldn't defend myself, because if I hit him, it would be worse. If I say something, it would be worse. If I tried to run, like, no, it wasn't going to be right. He was going to grab me and he was going to do more damage. So all I could do was just sit there and just take whatever he was dishing.
And this is classic with any woman that's abused. You gonna take it because you don't want to leave. You gonna take it because you think it's love. You gonna take it because the only person who gives a shit is hurting you. Well, he only hurting you for a little while. He only hurting you because you messed up. If I wouldn't have did what I did or said what I said, he wouldn't have did it. So I just got to be better. It's grown ass women that's doing the shit she's doing, or had did. That's all I'm saying. Where is it's not a thing about him taking advantage of this girl. It's about this victim already being a victim, going after another motherfucking victim and don't even know that he is a victim until it's too late. And now this victim is victimizing her because why? Because he can.
It's a really messed up thing, but it's what I grew up around, and I feel like that's why I ended up with Rob.
Ultimately, humans are seeking comfort and familiarity. So I want love, he's giving me love, but I just don't want the abuse. In interpersonal violence relationship.
Here's the problem. Here's where she fucked up at. It's all abuse. It's all abuse. She walked into that whole environment already abused, already a victim. And that's my thing. There is no, oh, well, he's a victim. Well, no, he ain't no victim. She the victim. No, they both are. They both are. You take two dogs that's been abused and forced to fight, and you put them in a cage, and they begin to fight. The one that wins ain't the worst dog, dumbasses. It's just the one that won. For whatever reason. You take two dope fiends and say, hey, y'all fight over this bag of dope. Whichever dope fiend wins, don't make that dope fiend the bad one. They're both dope fiends. How is it that people don't understand this, but can understand a woman just having a bad day and the fact that she cooked her fucking kid, that's okay because she just had a bad day. She just needs some counseling. The fact that a woman can walk into a fucking room and fucking shoot a man in his own fucking house and all she got to do is say, oh, well, I thought it was my place. And she gets fucking ministered to by a fucking judge. That's okay. Even in that goddamn situation, both of them wasn't the fucking victim. Can you believe that shit? She was.
The perpetrator also is the person that gives hope, right? And the perpetrator gives pain.
Hey, y'all, if y'all can't get me up to 300 likes, we ain't shit. You ain't shit. If you ain't clicked the like button and you watching this, you ain't shit. Come on and get me up to 300 likes now. Come on now. Baby needs shoes. Wife needs a dress. Give it to me now.
But also gives relief from that pain. And in a disorganized state or in the midst of the chaos of violence, that is relieving, right? And so then you seek relief and you seek it from the person closest to you, which happens to be your perpetrator.
I think what we all had in common was that we had compassion and empathy for his past. Whatever fetishes and desires that he had, we were willing to please him. We wanted his approval.
Just like all abused kids, just like all abused adults, The old classic man beating the woman when he come home from work because the toast on the dinner plate was 2 inches off the plate when it should only be 1 inch off, and he beats her for it or slams the plate down. It's the same mentality. The only problem with this is you have these children that are seeking out this fucking adult abuser, and there are no parents in the picture at all. And the ones that are in the pictures or in the lives of the children, they're trying to strike a deal for themselves to be enriched. Not the kids, but the parents. You're going to try to enrich yourself off of your kid's back or kid's ass. Because those parents of these 2-3 older ones now, they already knew R. Kelly's past. They already knew what R. Kelly had been brought to trial for. They already knew what R. Kelly had been arrested for. They already knew what R. Kelly had legal documents saying that he married a 14-year-old girl before. They all knew that. They dangled their daughters in front of him in hopes of enriching themselves.
Sexual abuse affects the way you relate with sex. It can make you see sex as a tool to get closer to people, to control people. It can be used as a tool to dominate.
I guess it's like sexual abuse because I was forced to perform sexual acts that I didn't agree with. You know, I would say, no, I don't want to do it. But again, he would intimidate me. He would scream at me and say, well, you know, it's other women that be happy to be here. See, so-and-so don't have a problem doing it. I thought you loved daddy. You would do anything to please daddy. And so when he do that, it's like, okay, I have to do whatever I need to do to please you.
So when he do that, I thought I'd do whatever I need to do to please you. And this an old grown hoe. And you never once heard him say or her say, and then he told me I can't leave. And then he locked me in this closet and I couldn't get out for 4 days. And then he said I couldn't go nowhere. They all could have left on their free will. They stayed because they wanted to do it, because they themselves were fucked up in the head too.
I agree with it or not. And then once I'm finished, I'm just going to my room crying with regret that I actually did it.
So why
I was summoned to sex whenever he wanted me to have sex with him and with whoever, other girls. It just made you feel so belittled.
Why didn't they leave? You know why? Because they're used to doing it. It's the same reason why a prostitute doesn't leave her pimp. That's what she does. Abused and all, the abuse is so normal to them that that's how they function. That's why when whatchamacallit, I think that was Lanisha that said if he was working at McDonald's, he would just be, oh, that's Rob at work at McDonald's. He'd be fucking young girls. There would be no, oh, we gotta mute McDonald's. Or we gotta go get Rob that work at McDonald's. We gonna fuck him. There would be none of that.
I felt literally ill, you know, having sex with him when I knew that there were fetishes involved in it.
Still didn't leave.
And it was feeding a sickness.
Still didn't leave.
So I would feel ill to my stomach because I felt like, you know, I compare it to someone you know and love every day. And as long as they don't go off and do it somewhere else and they're in the safety net of your home and in front of you, you're okay with it.
You hear that? That's just like people talking about these parents. Oh, when they smoke weed, they gonna do it. I'd rather have them do it at home with me. You still are encouraging a bad habit with a minor. Yeah, my kid smoked weed, but he smoked weed with me. There's certain things and certain rules and regulations that you should be instilling in your children to where you say, hey, yes, I do it, but I'm grown. Once you're an adult, you can do it. Yes, I do this. I'm an adult, and it's legal for adults to do it. You are a child, which is why you can't do it. It fucks up your biological growth. It fucks up your mind. It kills your brain cells, whatever the fuck it is. That's the whole purpose of this. Because now what she's thinking, okay, well, he likes some more off the wall shit, but I want to make him happy because I'm fucked up in the head too. So if I make him happy, then hopefully he'll just at least do the fucked up shit with me. But every time I do the fucked up shit, I feel so bad inside and I just want to crawl into a hole and die. But I still keep doing it though, day in and day out. No, they didn't chain me up. No, I wasn't locked up or held against my will. It was just something that I did because I wanted to make him happy. That's why I did it. That's not a victim, people. That is not victim. That is not a person who is a victim. They're not forced to do it. They are willfully doing it, even if they are ashamed. You may motherfucking suck your man dick and he may want to go ass to mouth. You may not do it, but if you do, you may feel bad that you did it and may not like it. That don't make you a victim. That make you a motherfucker that did some shit you probably shouldn't have did, but you wanted to do it to make this nigga happy and you did it. And now that you did it, you don't like it. So don't do it no more. Don't stay for the next 18 years doing ass to mouth. And then when you 60, you did me ass to mouth and I never liked it. Well, bitch, you did it for 20 years. That's beside the point. I'm still a victim and I was abused. No. That's not how that works. You don't sit up in a crack house for 20 years and then go blame the drug dealer.
But you're still responsible because you're feeding it.
He don't like women. He treat women so badly because he have a hate for them. And I really think that hate is because of his sexual abuse. And
I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody say. This bitch done had some counseling. Real talk. This bitch done had some counseling.
And he talked about how his mom didn't protect him. Even though he loved his mother with everything in him, he always talked about how she never protected him. So I think that's a part of his hate for women.
It's not necessarily just the hate per se. It's an anger. He's angry that he was left to the wolves. He's angry that he was hurt. He's angry even at the fact that he's fucked up in the head and know it, and he don't know how to fix it. He don't know what to do. But all the while, he's given millions of dollars. He has celebrity after celebrity wanting to be around him, hanging around me. Everybody that he's around is using him for his gift. So that makes him use women, use young girls. You know why he does it? It's the only way he can get some power, because he feels as though he has none. I'm going to say that one more time. He does all this power struggle shit, all this power tripping shit, because he feels powerless. That's why he does this whole female submissive thing. He feels as though he has no power. He's not educated. He's extremely fucking talented, but he's not educated. All that man knows how to do is make music and sing. He's gotten Jude out of his money. Well, not Jude. Well, gypped. He's gotten robbed. Rob has gotten robbed out of his money. He's gotten robbed out of his royalties. He's gotten robbed out of so many things, in spite of him having a lot of money at one point, in spite of him being the #1 artist, in spite of him having #1 songs, in spite of him writing #1 songs. This man not only has created hits, he's written hits for other artists to sing. That's what I'm saying. So to have all of that fame and to truly have no power, and that power that you do get, you only get it by exerting yourself over these younger girls, or these women that'll do what it is you want them to do, and all the while they are pursuing you and wanting to do it. That's why he likes to play the power game, because it's the only way that he feels like he has some control over his life, because he is a slave to the music business. He can't stop and go work at Walmart. It's always the next show, the next track, the next song, the next hit. It's always that. There's nothing else that he knows. There is nothing else in his life, to his life, or about his life that don't involve one of those things. The next show, the next track, the next song, the next hit, the next studio session, the next song written. That's all it is. That's all he has. That's all he is. Without any of that, if that's taken away from him, it's nothing. He knows nothing else.
So we're very happy with the bond that the judge set. I think it's fair and reasonable given the allegations. We hope that Mr. Kelly's able to get the money together and post bond. Look, I finally got around to watching that documentary. It was a rehash of things they've known for years. The police have investigated and everybody rejected it. I think all the women are lying. Everybody's trying to profit off of R. Kelly. I know on one of the cases, there are a number of interviews where the young lady says,
come on, y'all. We had 281 likes. Let's go ahead and get that 300. That's another 19 likes. 20 likes. Come on now. Click the like button now, damn it.
I lied about how old. And then recently said, oh no, I lied about lying about how old he was. We'll have to look at it.
Showed him the ID, the fake ID, then showed him the real ID. Don't misquote a victim, Mr. Greenberg. Don't misquote a victim. That's not what she said. Well, she initially lied to him, then she showed him a state ID. She was here today. Did you see her in tears while the charges were read?
So you have a book coming out, and
there you go.
I hope you sell lots of books.
I don't give a about selling a single book. I've talked to that woman, and I've talked.
He's a fucking lie. Why would you write a book and not care about selling books? That doesn't make any sense. And mind you, this dude has been chasing after R. Kelly and been pursuing R. Kelly, writing about R. Kelly, is totally obsessed with R. Kelly. He's been doing that for shit like 8 to 10 years or some shit like that, some weird shit like that. This dude is literally fucking obsessed with R. Kelly. He really is. It's weird as shit, but that's what the fuck it is. I don't know. He's trying to get paid off of him too. I get that part, but this dude has always been on some, anybody that got some fuck shit going, he absolutely has a hand in it and wants to be a part of it if it has something to do with fucking with this man, period. We had 286 likes. Come on, get over that hump, y'all.
What else is the question?
When I blew up at Steve Greenberg, it's not very professional, but I had just seen Jirhonda, and she had sat in the courtroom as the charges were read against Kelly. Greenberg is saying, point blank, that everyone in the New Illinois case, all of these people who have accused R. Kelly are liars. And I said what I said. You're calling victims liars. What is wrong with you, Mr. Greenberg?
This is not about women.
Hold on, man. If they're not telling the truth, what the fuck are they? Just because they sit up and say I'm a victim, then they automatically every word they say is just truth? Is biblical law now? Are you serious? So you telling me that a motherfucker who comes forth and say that they're a victim can't lie? How dumb can you fucking be, man? That's asinine. When we clearly have evidence of not just these women lying and telling inconsistent stories, but fucking women, period, lying on shit like this. Lying about men raping them. Lying about men doing shit to them, and they come back and then tell the truth. Yeah, I lied. That's because I just wanted to hurt him. I felt bad. I didn't know what to do. That shit happens all the time. Why would he try to make it sound like this is just absurd that something like this will happen? How dare you? Dude, shut the fuck up. You're just trying to keep yourself relevant and keep your face up in the place so you can get some motherfucking sales when your book come out. Fuck out my face on this internet.
Finding their voices. We have always had our voice.
I'm not gonna say it, Sony, but yes, I believe he is a creepy fucking cuck motherfucker too, man. Just so he has that look. And I ain't trying to be just making outlandish statements. I'm just saying, I wouldn't say, oh, I bet he is, or I know he is for a fact. I ain't gonna say that. But when you talking about some fucking weirdo cuck male, that's the picture that comes up in my fucking head too. Absolutely.
This is about people's ability to hear, right? We've just finally found a frequency that people can hear us. But ultimately, our work is not finished until those people,
motherfucking that Dyson boy sitting up front, ain't it?
Who have suffered at the hands of R. Kelly have what they need to feel whole.
Suffered growing up.
So they need to have what they feel. They need to have whatever needs to happen in R. Kelly so they can feel whole. How the fuck does him paying money to you and then you spend the money, now you ain't whole no more? How is it that you say, well, I don't want him to go to jail, I just want him to acknowledge me? How does that make you feel whole? We're literally trying to ask a victim, a group of victims who were victimized way before they met R. Kelly, who were damaged already before they met R. Kelly, who have had severe psychological trauma happening to them at extremely young ages, way before they met R. Kelly, for them to then say, well, what do you think will make you guys whole again? Are you fucking kidding me? Ain't not one of these girls that you've heard on here say that they haven't been molested, haven't been raped, or haven't had some type of sexual trauma done to them since they were little, way before they met R. Kelly. 10, 15, 20 years before they met R. Kelly. I'm sorry, because it wasn't 20 years. Well, now that old ass bitch, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20 years old later, when you meet R. Kelly, you gonna say that's where it went wrong at? No. Ain't none of these bitches talked about they were a virgin that fucked R. Kelly. Ain't none of them said it. They was all sucking, fucking, drinking, smoking, straight West Coasting bitches, putting ass in motion, pussy popping, sex promoting, all before they met R. Kelly. Yes, it got amped up once they got with him, but they were already doing the shit. They all said that their parents didn't give a shit. They all said that their parents weren't there in their lives. They all said they weren't protected. They all said it.
I still have trust issues from it. And another thing that this may be too much information, but I still have problems with having sex with my husband. Of everything that I went through, I don't really know how to enjoy sex because I'm so used to being controlled.
My relationship with Rob has really affected me. I don't trust men. I feel like...
Here's where you're lying, bitch. You had that problem before you met him. You said it your goddamn self. Stop making this shit like it's all his fucking fault, y'all.
Everybody have a hidden agenda. They just want to hear your past and take your pain and use it against you.
It's very... Oh, so he was supposed to take your past, take your pain, and he was supposed to take care of you for the rest of your life. That's what he was. Okay, I got it now. That's R. Kelly. This abused motherfucker was supposed to take all of y'all abused motherfuckers and take care of y'all and make all y'all lives better. He was supposed to be responsible for y'all own mental health, for all of y'all own safety and security, and for y'all to feel good about yourself. That was his responsibility. I get it now. That's where he fucked up. And because he didn't do that, then that's why you need to mute him, tear him down, lock him up, take his money. Gotcha. After he already paid you. Good.
Hard to start trusting a guy again, you know, after your name is in public. Now I can't just sit down to dinner and the guy's like, yeah, you know, I work construction. What do you do? And then I just freeze. You know, I am like, oh, wow, I don't want him to know this background, but if he Googles me, it's everywhere. So it's just one of my fears. I don't want to talk about him all the time.
Here's my thing. If you were really doing something with yourself, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a dentist, I'm a real estate investor, I'm worth $500,000, I have a career, I have a job, that would be there too. But the only thing you known for is being a broke bitch that slept with R. Kelly. Yeah, I could see how that could be a problem and be a fucking shadow being casted over in your life like that. I could see that absolutely. Because you don't have anything else. And you did this. You went after him. He didn't kidnap you, you went and repeatedly went after this man. All of y'all did. All of y'all sought this dude out consistently because y'all were already fucked up and out in the world fucking. And now it's his fault because he did with y'all what y'all were already doing. Okay.
The time.
Because I'm telling you right now, for anybody that's disagreeing with what I'm saying, it's not a crime to have the fetish of being what do they call it? S&M. Sadomasochism. I think that's what it's called. Wanting to be with a submissive woman, that is not a crime. It's not illegal. It's not. Now, sleeping with a 14-year-old, that's statutory rape. But the whole thing of being submissive, the sex slave thing, that is not illegal and it's not a crime.
I am 30-something years removed from the first time I was sexually abused, and I still have to deal with the trauma of that. I still carry that in my body.
And my thing is this. If this is about R. Kelly and surviving R. Kelly, why the fuck are we even hearing her story? R. Kelly ain't never slept with KRS-One. That's a fact. Why would we have to listen to the testimony of KRS-One or like as if R. Kelly had something to do with sleeping with not KRS-One, but you know who I'm talking about. God damn it.
I am also a survivor of sexual assault, and we don't get to just move on. There's never a day we don't think about it. It's never just news of the week, and now we can do. For R. Kelly survivors, is not be too tired to care. They live with this every single day. We can, at the very least, match that energy and make sure that we see this thing all the way through.
For me to tell my story, it was...
All right, we had 284 likes. 16 likes, y'all. I know out of 495 people, we can get 16 likes. Come on, damn it. Let's make some history.
It's really, really, really hard. It definitely triggered PTSD for me. And it brought back all the memories. You know, I thought I was over. It showed me that I wasn't over those things. And it showed me that it really did damage me. So it definitely took me back. With Rob, I was a part of a suicide pact. And if anything was to happen to him, if he was to go to jail or someone was to harm him, I was supposed to kill myself.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional.
He's the mastermind.
I watched this man manipulate my little sister.
Rob, he was everything to me. Like, Rob was my life.
I would think I was feeling like I had nothing.
He went well emotionally.
Dominique, are you ready?
I know this gonna be some fuck shit. That's the previews for the next one. Episode 4. Oh, I know that's gonna be some fuck shit. But here's my thing, and we can wrap this up and hopefully get 8 more likes, please, in this time when I wrap this up. 7 more. I want to get 301. Come on, y'all. Come on, 7. I've been waiting on your funky ass all night. So here's my thing with this. You look at where this dude came from. You look at what he actually endured and the fact that he was still able to use his gift to bring himself fame, fortune, and just to be not just a superstar, but an icon, one of the greatest R&B artists of all time. Fact. But the fact of the matter is, in all of that, he was still very disturbed. He was still suffering from his abuse. He was suffering from it to the point to where he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to fix himself. He didn't know how to get out of it. He didn't know how to go through it. And the only thing that he could do was function in his dysfunction. And the women who were attracted to him that actually had relationships with him, they had to be fucked up and dysfunctional too. It's the only way that it worked. They were truly codependent. They needed to be with a man like him, and he needed to be with a girl like that. And yes, he worked out his anger and frustration. He took it all out on them. And they were so accommodating to it because it had already been happening to them. It's just like you going after the last pimp that a prostitute was with. Well, she's had 6 other pimps before. Why is the last one the bad guy? Well, just because. We have to look at the fact of where this dude has come from and what he had access to. And then you have to look at the parents first and foremost. Then with the parents being and doing what they were doing or not doing or lack thereof, now you take into effect the whole supporting cast around him for the sole fact for the sole point of him being able to make the money he was making and them to benefit from it. That's the only reason why he had a supporting cast. And fuck yeah, we hit 300 likes. That's what I'm talking about. 501 watching. But that's the whole purpose of this. You have to look at it and say, well, look, let's take a look at how he was able to do what he did, why he did what he did, and how he got there. What was the vehicle that was propelling him along the way? Who else helped put gas in the fucking car? Who else helped maintain the car? Who else helped maintain this whole fucking operation? Record executives, the fans, everybody that played a part in this that knew what was going on. The people that were in the innermost circle are the innermost culpable as well. The parents who served their children up, they are the ones that need to be blamed as well. They need jail time too. They need to be stripped of whatever it is they had too. Because at the end of the day, this is what it is. It's a bunch of people taking advantage of victims. They're pimping R. Kelly. They're pimping their daughters. And they're pimping the relationship that they have, all for the benefit of money. That's it. The record label want they cut. The parents want they cut. The old hoes, the old broke hoes that done spent their money, they want another cut. That's what it comes down to. That's what it is. And that's why it's so sad. That's why it's so disgraceful that this is going on. And that's why I'm calling this shit out. Because this ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking broke ass people trying to get money off of another man's back. Period. They don't want justice. They just want everything. Shout out to everybody that hit me up in the super chat today. I appreciate it. I think Quintina was the last one that supported the super chat. Thank you so much. He says, great breakdown. Thanks for speaking the truth. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me go here to the Young Cash App. Make sure anybody didn't hit the donate button. And we're going to get on up out of here. I will be doing part 4, if not tomorrow, the day after. I think that kind of like is the best thing to do, unless I like really getting it together and feeling good about myself. I'll come and do it tomorrow. But I either do it tomorrow or do it the day after. But I appreciate everybody that came through and checked it out. Man, this is a great show. Great numbers. 301 likes. It was like over 500 people watching. This is what's up. I appreciate all of you guys. Let me see if there's anybody in the PayPal that can hit me up. And if you're watching this on the replay, please click that like button. I appreciate it. Please, 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 please click the like. Please, 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 please click the like. Honey, please click the like. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I appreciate everybody that, like I said, that took the time out to be a part of this show. I am Brian Redman. This is the Relationship Rehab, and I hope that this video and this commentary and breakdown helps somebody become a better version of themselves. And at the very least, I just hope it makes people look at this whole thing a little bit differently. We have to start caring about each other if we're going to get better as a people. It's no point in shitting on men to try to help women, and it's no point in shitting on women to try to help men. How about we just help each other be better people, period? How about we care about men, women, and children together? because that way we all win. I am Brian Redman. I love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. This is what's up. I'm so glad to be here with y'all one more game. I look forward to the next time. Peace.